Hello, traders. John at StockBookie.com. Today is January 18th, 2017, and this is our live stream session. So let's go right into the charts. People are asking me about Netflix, or they sent me some emails. Already, Mr. King of Kicks, Netflix beat or miss. You know what? I think they go off tonight, so let's keep an eye on Netflix. But right now, guys, we went up, double top. Here, let me open this up. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully everyone's good. Let's see, it's Wednesday. Forgot that Mondays we were closed. If you go back on Netflix, you have double top here right around 133.03. We did, they pierced it above, got people on board, because it's Netflix. CNBC's hyping it up. Why not make everybody hop on at the top, and then boom, right back down. Everyone's scratching their head. I don't get it. It's Netflix. Again, guys, 50-50 shot on earnings. So if you want to take the risk, you can gamble. It might rip up. If it does go up, I do have this trend line. Not that it's the best or worst. Connecting that high to this high pivot, we come in here around the 144 area. Netflix. It could go up 50. It could go down 50. So we'll keep an eye on this. I'm going to play it more or less after earnings. I'll play the gap down to go long, or I'll play the gap up to go short, just a quick in and out scalp. So at this point, it's only guessing, but we are into some big resistance up here. Will Netflix hold on? But one thing, you remember back in this date or whenever it was, and they were talking about Netflix and Amazon's taking them over, and it's the worst thing ever. You don't want to buy it. So then it rallies, it gets up to the top, and then everyone's like, oh, you got to buy Netflix. It's the best one ever. So guys, turn off CNBC. Just look at the charts and try to figure out where these things go. That's pretty much how I work. That is. All right, so let's get into Amazon, I'm seeing, and then NVIDIA. If you guys have a stock you want me to look at, if you want to go long or short, put in the symbol, and then tell me if you're long or short, or if you're looking for a trade long or short. So, and that helps. So let's look at Amazon. Amazon. You know what? We came up here. We filled the gap the other day. This is the daily chart, guys. We filled the gap on Friday. So, could this be the end of the road? Possibly. I mean, it went up from 748 to 820, had a nice run, filled the gap, pulled back. Right now, we're just waiting on pattern here. We are above the 750 retrace. Let's see if we could go sideways. Again, is earnings coming up on all this stuff. So it's really hard to say. Do they run it up into the earnings, and then do they surge it up, or do they surge it down? Again, 50-50 shot. But right now, nothing really to do on Amazon. Let's see what happens on earnings. A lot of these plays, guys, we're going to have to wait for earnings and see what happens. If you want to take a position of anything, just take a smaller one. Take a 50% position, or a 10% position, or 5% position of your total portfolio. If you're going to do options, if you normally do 10, do 5, just in case it goes up against you, where you can add more and possibly switch your strategy. Good morning, Jeffrey. How's it going? Good morning, everybody. Let's see. So that's Amazon. Yeah, really, it's not bad. Let's look at the weekly real quick here. This is all, this is more for swing trades, guys. If you see anything going into moving averages or double tops, let's take a quick look at it. We can maybe get some scalps off today and make a little bit of change. A little bit of lunch money today. So I'm looking for stuff as well, to see if we could get some bounces and possibly put on some trades as well. Hold on, guys. I'm looking at Tesoro right now. What's the volume on this thing? Yeah, volume 90. Yeah, it's just not the good volume. But, I'm looking at the 10-minute. 10 minutes going right into this 20 moving or 200 moving average. We're coming up the gap window. It's just light volume, though. It's a tough trade. Let's look at the 60 really quick, see if there's any more support. Yeah, I guess, guys, if it really does start to flush, and it, and it has to get there soon, around 47 bucks or so, 46.80, for a bounce, we'll probably bounce maybe a gap window, but if it just flushes through, comes to about 47 or so, keep this one on your radar. If anybody sees it coming down to 47, we'll relook at this one. Again, though, 94,000 on here, not bad, but if we're going long, I guess we could get in and see what happens. The markets need to go up for everything to go up as well. So NVIDIA. Yeah, NVIDIA, you know what? Had a hell of a move, and now it's just sitting around doing nothing. Today, we're getting a little bit of a bid on it. If you look intraday, 10-minute, caught the bottom here, even number of 100, caught the bid. Let's see if there's anything else. Is there any gaps or anything? Yeah, right there. Look at that, double bottom. Double bottom, 100 even number, 99.40. Did it make it to 99? Nope, 99.11. Damn, that would have been a good area, guys. Look at that bounce. Oh, I got to come on earlier and have you guys help me out. We'll find some trades. Damn, that was a good one. Look at that bounce too. Gosh, 99 to 102. Damn, that, at least we could have got a buck out of that one. Hey, good morning, Matt. How's it going, bud? But right now, NVIDIA daily chart. More a little long term. Um, you know, Still nothing wrong. You still had a hell of a move, as we all know. We're holding this in. There was that low pivot right there where we hit today. Still below the 20 MA, and it did confirm below the 20 MA. So it's a little bit in a weak stance. But right now, if the markets stay light volume, we have 12 million on the SPY. This can possibly float a little higher. I mean, they want this thing to go up. They want NVIDIA to go up. And does it move higher into earnings? I think it's February 2nd for earnings for NVIDIA. So you gotta watch for that. It's just a tough trade right now. But again, going into earnings, guys, everything's 50-50. This thing could move up to 150 or it could bomb to 63, and the stock of the year is going down, and then night or in 2017 it will be the worst stock of the year. So don't believe the hype on CNBC. So again, CNBC, why wasn't anyone telling anyone to buy it at 39 or 48 or 60? They're telling everyone to buy, as everyone's upgrading it at the all-time highs, everyone's buying it up here, and that's just dangerous. But if you look at the weekly chart on NVIDIA, we're setting up to move lower. This is a great inside bar pattern. We only have 3 weeks into this. I'd like to see more, I'd like to see 10 weeks going into it and then more downside. But this will take us, 2 weeks into earnings or whenever it is. And then, like I said, 50-50 shot on this one, guys. Up or down, it doesn't really matter. So if you want to gamble, get in it. If you're already in it, just make sure you don't load the boat or go all in on stuff like this. Just take the right size position. If it goes up, you can add more. If it goes down, you'll already be in it, or vice versa. If you're long, if it goes up, then take your profits. If it goes down, just make sure, if you think this is going up higher, you can add more to go long. Use a strategy like that. But again, guys, don't go all in. 10% total, the max of your total portfolio. I've been doing 5% positions just to keep it lighter. I've been telling everyone not to buy puts the last 5 months. As you know, puts has been getting smeared. And if you happen to be in a stock and it pulls back and you make some money on puts, take the money, guys. Don't be sitting in there thinking you might get more. Next thing you know, 2 days later, the stock's screaming up 20 bucks on some upgrade or something from GS. You know how that goes, guys. All right, let's see here. WDC. Did they have earnings today or anything, or earnings coming up? Weekly chart. Wow, look at that. Weekly chart, 200 MA coming up. WDC, if they have earnings, you got to watch for that. Let's stick a quick fib in here. Wow, look at that level, guys. I don't know when earnings is on WDC, but not a bad area to short, guys. Let's look at the daily really quick. Yeah, nice little pop up today, right into this area here. On the daily, it looks pretty darn good, above the moving averages, getting a good move today. If someone can punch up earnings, take a look at the ER report. When is that coming up? It might even be today. I don't even know. Weekly chart. Gosh, I like this area right here. Let's look at the monthly just to see if there's any more resistance coming up. Wow, yeah, not bad. I mean, honestly, it could, on earnings, it could move up to this 86 area pivot up in here. I like this a lot as well. But right here with the 50 MA, the 750 retrace, this isn't bad. Earnings maybe 75, 76 just to be safe. But if the market's dump, it's all going down. 125, yeah, shoot. So we got next week for earnings. Tough one. I mean, I guess if you wanted to take a quick one and try to play the Trump inauguration, because I not that I know anything, guys, but come Friday, we could get a pretty nasty sell-off. I mean, we could come down today. It is in the good resistance here where it could have a couple-day pullback. I mean, honestly, going into ER, it could pull back for 4 days into ER and then bounce up, or it can move up. I mean, it's still a 50-50 shot, but it's not a bad area if you wanted to go short. Just don't load the house. Don't load the house and come to StockTwits and cry about trade that you loaded the house. We all know that story. So, all right, yeah, but I like the area. I like the weekly. But on the weekly, though, it could pop through here, and it could go to 80. So But it had a heck of a run from 35. I mean, 35 to 73 since May. I mean, 100% run. I mean, come on. This is another one of those guys. They had to, this thing got slammed. So instead of going to the SPY and the Netflixes and the Amazons that are already at all-time highs, let's take these stocks and make them run for 100%. And then when they're at over 100% run, then all the analyst comes out. We're going to upgrade WDC to 88 now. It's like, dude, the thing ran from 35 to 73, and now you're upgrading it. Why weren't you upgrading it down here? No, actually they were, yeah, well, they were probably downgrading it up here at the bottom. And if you look, let's see, there's got to be a reason. Yeah, there you go. You had a little bit of a support here from consolidation. Then you had the breakout. So that's pretty much where it's going to stop. It stopped at the even number at 35, 36 area. And this is pretty much it. If you look at the monthly, Friday is also, yeah, options X too. Yeah, anything can happen. But you know what? Look at that retrace. All right, let's go step a little. Let's look a little further, guys. So we know this 750 retrace, the 50 moving averages there, and then on a weekly, the 200 moving averages there as well. So, but let's go one step further before we do this. Let's take a fib from the top to the bottom on the bigger time frame. Yeah, you have a 750 around 75. So 75 might be your area, but this isn't bad. If it starts moving higher, then you just gotta. So I gave it a shot, wait for earnings, see if it pops up. If it pops up, then write calls or do put bear call spread or whatever. Do a spread on it, betting on it coming down. But right now, it's okay, but it had a run. This is a pretty good area. If you want to take it before earnings, that's up to you. I'd rather wait for earnings, let it pop up, and then short it. And if it goes down, then it's going down without us. That's pretty simple. All right, guys, if you have any other symbols in, punch them in. We'll take a look at it. It's funny. I've been keeping an eye on this Twilio trade, and, I punch it up and, make fun of everybody who's still in it long. But yeah, this is still in a bearish consolidation. You're below the MAs here. This could definitely have lower prices to come. So just be careful with this one. I still like the 23.77 area or the $20 area if this whole thing falls apart. And yeah, that's really just never, look at this. It comes in, gets everybody sucked in, then they slam it, pops up. They probably upgraded it here. Oh, you got to get in it. Then they slam it right back. And then here we are once again down here. All right, guys, Win. Let's take a look at Win. Yeah, Win's been really just an animal, just going up, down, up, down. We shorted Win up here. We pulled it off. This was great because they had that Macau thing. It bombed. We pulled off our short, and that was it for this one. Never came back up. Nice retrace to the 200 moving average, pulled back. Right now, it's holding strong. Win's got to have earnings coming up too, so or Las Vegas Sands or MGM, any of those. So that could affect this one too. So be careful. Earnings right now, guys, it's almost better just to sit on your hands, wait for the gap up or gap down, and then try to find support or resistance, and then short it or go long after earnings. That's how I'm gonna play this stuff. And so if you're asking me to look at stuff, I will. I have no problem. But if you get in a trade before earnings, that's your deal. Sometimes I'll play earnings, depending, if stuff's at all-time highs. But I just won't go all in, guys. I'll make sure that, okay, if I'm going to go in on this trade and I know earnings is 2 days from now, and I want to short this thing or even go long, I'm going to take it here knowing that this thing could, on earnings go down to 82, could go down to 85, or on earnings it could go right back to the 102 or this double top up here. So you got to know what you want to do before you get into the trade, because if something goes against you and you're all in, you're going to be stuck, and then you're going to be hoping then where's resistance, where's support, where can this thing go to? So just have to be careful, especially in a light volume market. SPY has 13 million on a day. Got to keep an eye on that as well. All right, so Win, yeah, nothing really to do with Win. Like I said, we traded this thing before, but overall on the weekly, this isn't a bad bullish pattern. It is a little choppy, sloppy coming in and out, but needs to get it back above the 50 and the 20 MA, and then start shooting for this area until it breaks out of this channel. Right now, we're kind of in the middle of it. If you look a little further, let's take these out here. You look a little further into this, you do have a little, slight trend line down here if you want to look at that as some support. Just as going up, you have resistance at the MAs, you have resistance coming up here at double top and stuff like that. And, I mean, if you want to go take it a step further, you got this trend line here. So, as long as we're staying in this pennant, we're going up and down. Will it break out or will it break down? If it breaks down, you're probably going at least a double bottom. And, there's still a gap to fill here. If you go up, you got the 109 area. Gosh, it just hasn't. Look at this. If you would have bought puts in this thing, I mean, they're just smearing everybody, guys. That's what they're doing for months. It's just in a channel, can't break out. And that's kind of what the SPY's doing too, and the IWM. And they finally broke out, but just unbelievable action, guys. Let's see, where is GS right now? So GS went negative. It's only 6 cents down. I don't even know if they had good earnings or not, but after that run from Goldman Sachs, it sat around for a month and a half, killed the puts, and now it's, I think people are going to take profits on a lot of these stocks. So, all right, let's look at M. Wow, look at that. Yeah, remember, yeah, this is another one, guys. This is just too, remember back in the beginning of the year where Amazon was taking over the world and all these stocks were going down, they're just taking them out. So it pops up, comes back in March, oh, Amazon's just murdering all the retails, they're the worst. And then it gets a great run from 30 to 46 or so, and then I'm sure they're upgrading here. But look, right to double top. Look at this. I think we were waiting for a little bit higher around the gap fill around the 46, 46.91. You have a gap fill and the 750 retrace. Never made it. Never kept above the 618. Boom, retrace right back down. Let's see. M. Do you want to go long on M or are you short, Jeff? Let's look at the weekly. GS beat EPS. Oh, that's right. Yeah, they did beat, I think, on everything. But I'm to the point, are we in fantasy land or what? But it looks like here, though, I mean, it just filled the gap down here on the weekly. I think it's Macy's. There's still another gap down here. I mean, honestly, I would wait for the 22 area if you wanted to go long. Shorting, I wouldn't short. The short would have been up in here. I wouldn't chase it. Let's see if this thing can get it back above this pivot here around 30. If it does, then maybe we make one more retrace and then one more downside. So really nothing to do on here unless you're short. If you're short, protect it, because at any time, I don't know when their earnings are, this thing can reverse and go right back up. If you're short, hey, great trade, especially from up here. That double top 618, boom, right back down. Right now, it's just sitting in a weak stance. You're starting to crack this $30 area and the pivot. If the markets sell, lower prices are to come in this one, definitely. You got a gap down here around 27.04. You got a pivot around 25, then ultimately around 22.75. So you're short, perfect. Protect it a little bit. If you start to get back above the $30 area, then just protect it, because you can retrace one more time if you get above the MAs here. This is the weekly chart, but if you get back above the 37 area, then you're gonna have to rethink it. But if you're short from up in here, take some off. Don't think this thing's. I mean, it could go straight down, but the volume's getting a little bit lighter. So you got some, the last sellers. Everyone, they shook everybody out on this one and this one. Now people are just holding on for dear life. Longs, that is. They're, oh my gosh, what do we do? What do we do? If you're short, just start protecting it. If you get back above the 30 and starts going up, I would just get out. For me, if you short at 44 to 28, I'd be done. So I wouldn't be messing around. Let's see here. CSC. Yeah, this one broke out. We are short on this one. We're a little bit upside down, but as this thing was coming in and out, we did take some off, and then we started adding, and then we back short in this thing. Let's see on the daily here. Yeah, you know what? This is like what all these stocks are doing. They get up to a high, then they chop around, they pull back, they pop up. Decent, an okay bullish pattern, comes back in, pops right back up. It's like the story of my life, guys, right now. But you're into great resistance up here until it gets above the 63.34 area. It's just going to keep chopping around. If you bought puts, that's just a tough trade. We have share size on this one, so I got time on this. Ultimately, on the monthly chart, this was another one that it was extended on the monthly, and that's how we're playing it. That's why puts right now are tough, because these monthly plays take months sometimes to play out. They just don't. It's not like a day. It's not like a daily chart play where that takes a couple days. This is a monthly chart play where it could take a couple months. This is how we're playing this one. high flyer. I still think it's coming in. It's just a matter of time, unfortunately. And with complacent markets, you go back to the SPY, there's really no up or down action. We get it here and there. We get quick pullbacks and then boom, we're right back above again. Like today, right back to the 20 MA, they pop it above. So this is what they're doing. They're just holding it above the 20 MA, killing the puts, options X. So they want to make sure everyone's put options are at zero by Friday. But, it's just tough. You go back to these markets. Look what it did here. It just sat and sat, then the pullback, retrace, pullback. And finally, we start getting some action. Then the Trump rally. It's like, yeah, before the Trump, CNBC, all the media, if Trump wins, it's going to be a disaster. Make sure you short the market. So what did all these sheep do? They all went short here. They got squeezed to the heavens all the way up, and then they just sat here. So everybody bought puts here. I'm going out 3 months because I'm the smartest guy in the room. And then, yeah, you had to go out maybe a year, or better yet, you just don't buy puts. All right, guys, I'm keeping an eye on the SPY, though. Let's go to this real quick. We're trying to recapture the MAs. That's grandma's, number one rule. If we do anything in the markets, I love that when that pops up there. Hold on here. I don't even know. Let's put this down here. All right, so right now we're trying to recapture the 200 MA and double top here. We got a couple tails. Let's see where this thing closes. If it does close below, gosh, I hate shorting the 10:30 in the morning, but gosh, you might be able to, as long as it stays below this big red bar. If you want to short what time is it? Let's see what happens in the next couple minutes if we go back down. If we go back down and close below, let's see if we can get one more retrace up into this area, and then we could possibly go short on these markets. If it starts going up in here, 226, and you're going to have to stop. Actually, you could probably wait for this double top here. Give yourself a 30-cent stop out. If it starts going up the gap fill, then we'll reshort it at the 27.04. Don't do anything yet, though, guys. I want to see a little more. I want to see what happens when this thing closes. Let's look at the 60-minute here real quick to see if they're, yeah, look at that. You have some really good resistance there. So, gosh, I guess if you wanted to give this thing a shot, if it starts moving up towards these double tops, we only have 14 million on the SPY, but this wouldn't be a bad area. If you wanted to short the SPY here, you can. If you get above here and start clawing its way up, then you're just going to have to exit the trade. So right now, short trade on the SPY. Let's go to the IWM real quick. Just want to throw some trades out there, guys. I want to make some money too. So, come on, IWM. Oh, not the IMW, IWM. IWM2, you're inside this bar here. Let's see if we can get above the 50 MA as well. So this isn't a bad area too. If you wanted to short the IWM, you could give it a shot. If it gets above the 50 MA and above this candle. And actually, let's go for 135 area. So you got about a 40-cent stop out if you had to. If you start getting above this, then the next area will be this to short it. Or, if you want to hold on, this isn't a bad area too. But watching the SPY, they're trying for the 200. We got 10 seconds left on the SPY till this 10-minute candle closes. Guys, we follow the 10-minute, the 60-minute, the daily, weekly, monthly. So let's see if we could get above this area. One other thing here, let me stick a quick fib. Where are we at in that? Yeah, so we have the 618 up here. We have the 750 there. Yeah, this isn't a bad area. Let's see if we can retrace up here. If it does, then short the SPY. Or buy a put call spread or whatever you're going to play it to make this thing go down. So if you want to do this here, you can. Short the SPY, guys. Short the SPY. All right, let's see here. We'll keep an eye on that as well. CWIE. WIE. Is that it? CWEI. CWEI. All right, SPY's pulling back, guys. Starting to, we're inside that bar. Let's see. As long as we can stay inside that bar, it's coming in. So if you did short the SPY, just hang on tight. Let's see if we could get a pullback. Don't be surprised if they pop this thing. We only have 14 million on the day at 1040, so just be aware of that. Qs are pulling back a little bit. The Dow is moving up. All right, we're getting a pullback. Now on the SPY. Come on, keep going. Now what we're looking at on the SPY, all right, if you guys are in this trade, pull it back. Let's see if we could close below the 50 MA. Then we'll see if we can hit the 382 or the 618 coming down, and then the 50 or the 20 MA right here. But if it starts to set up in a bullish manner, then we might have to possibly exit. So let's see if this thing will hold on and then go from there. All right, let's see. CW, let's go back to that one. I have to keep an eye on all this stuff. So, um, gosh, what is this thing? I don't even know. Is this a news-driven stock? 111. It's high flying. Let's see on the monthly. Wow, look at that. Yeah, you can short. Look at that. Double top right into it. CWEI. It is a light volume name, so be careful. It can overshoot. Holy crap. What a run. I don't know what this thing does, guys, or if it moves on news, or I have no idea. But for a technical trader, this double top area is really, really nice. You might want to wait for the big 150 even number, but I'm going to keep this one on my watch. I mean, this isn't the other thing I'm looking at, though. If it does have earnings coming up or anything, you do have this here. So you have a big trend line as well. So watch out for that. It could overshoot and go to 160. But if you wanted to try to short this thing, if you wanted to wait patiently for another $5 to get to 150, you can. But if you wanted to start nibbling on this, you know what? I'm going to write this one down. CWEI. Check on earnings, stuff like that. Howard Hess, wow, nice call. I love that. Look at that. Just great extended move, monthly chart. This pig will come down. I just don't know what it is. And it looks like it's moving up on earnings or news, or somebody bought something or something. This is nuts. Wow. Yeah, if you want to short this one, you know what, I'll probably put this trade out. I like the 150, but it's not bad if you just wanted to start to add a little bit here. Puts, that's a tough one, guys, because it could just sit up here and sit up here. If you wanted to write calls, that would be the way to go on this one. But let's see. Today it's up a little bit. I'd like to see one good push. Yeah, they must have had earnings or something. I'd like to see one good push up into the 150, then write some calls or do a bear call spread or something like that. And make sure you get a price, maybe go out a couple weeks and make sure you get the price that closes below 150 or so. Something like that. I'm learning the bear call spreads and all that stuff. I've been working with a guy, Raj, and he's been helping me out with this. Usually, guys, I'll write calls or I'll just short the damn thing with shares, or or write puts, one or the other. All right. Great chart, though, Howard. I love that. Wow. So if you guys want to get into this one, you can write some calls on this thing, or wait. If you can wait patiently for a pattern and pop up, but I wouldn't slap you in the face if you took a short here. It's not a bad area, especially you're in the double top and stuff like that. So, all right, kind of roll it. Jeff, CEMP, kind of roll the dice here, but not a lot of risk. Let's see that one. CEMP. Oops, gosh, a little bit slow at the draw today, guys. SPY's holding on, guys. If you took that trade, it's holding tough. The 50 MA. We still have about 6 minutes to this candle. Let's see if it pulls back a little bit more. But I love the fact that on the 60-minute chart, we have the 50 and the 20 MA holding it down. And then as well on the 10-minute, we have the 200 holding it down. So all we need is a little bit of selling pressure. Markets are starting to settle in today. And still, guys, markets do not like uncertainty, and that's what they're going to get with Trump. They wanted Hillary in there so they could do the same old crap over and over and over. CEMP, yeah, for me, there's nothing to do with this. 145,000 on the day. It is slightly going in a bullish manner, but you're below all the. Ooh, SPY's coming in, guys. If you took the trade on the SPY, guys, where are we at? You know what? Let's go back. Hold on. All right, so if you took the short on the SPY, 10 minutes. Let's see here. I mean, right now it pulled back around 20 cents or so, actually almost 25 cents there. Someone's coming in and bouncing it. We need to get below the 20 MA, in my opinion, or this green line here at the 618. So let's see if we can close. Again, look at the volume. We only have 15 million on the day. I mean, if we sell, I'll be surprised, but love this retrace back into this great area. You can never get above the 200 MA. And then on the 60-minute chart, you have you have the 50 and the 20 MA. And wow, look at this. I mean, and wow. All right, if you really want to split hairs, you got this this trend line as well. Coming from this point where it got above it here, never confirmed, came right back in, try to attack it again, came right back in. So if you're short, start protecting this thing. Don't let it go against you here. Let's try to get below the 20 MA. That would be great. All right, but the CEMP, I mean, right? CEMP. Yeah, it's just a light volume name. I mean, it's doing nothing down here. I mean, look at that 10-minute chart. It's just like these aren't for me. I mean, there might be news coming up on this or something, but let's just go to the monthly, see if there's any support down here at all. Wow. Yeah. I mean, support was here. It could have some. If you want to play it for a long, if you think it's moving up, minimize your risk by taking what amount, just like going to the casino. What amount are you willing to walk into the casino and lose? So if you're willing to lose $1,000, then put $1,000 in this one. If you can't lose 1,000 and only 500, then you're going to only have to go 500. And if it gets a massive move up, great. If you get it, if it goes to zero, you're only losing 500. For puts or calls, it's all a gamble at this point. You crack that $5 area and it's going lower. All right, guys, SPY's almost at the 20 MA, so let's see if this thing can go lower. All right, let's see here. Thank you. GS, good earnings, but priced in. Yeah, yeah, that, I still think it's overdone. Even with good earnings, it's all priced in. This is all, and then it has good earnings. Everybody who doesn't understand, that we're in the double top and that this thing ran from 140 to 240, $100 move, guys, in a couple months. I mean, come on. And then they have good earnings and everyone's like, oh man, it's going up. I'm sure they'll probably upgrade them and do some other crap. And everybody's buying calls because, oh, it's Goldman Sachs. They got to have good earnings. Then they have good earnings and they're pulling it back. And then everyone, you know how it goes, guys. I don't get it. I don't understand. They had good earnings too. And why? I don't understand why this thing's pulling back. Well, it's pulling back because you went from July at 140 to 240. I mean, it's 6 months. And then you expect this thing to have another 10% run. Are you nuts? It's like the SPY, guys. The SPY gets a 10% run and everyone thinks it's going higher. It's the SPY. All right, guys, SPY's coming to the 20 MA. If you're short, you could probably take some off if you want to. It's up to you. I'm gonna ride it out a little bit. I took a small position, so nothing crazy, guys. But we try to make money every day. I don't care what stock it is. We'll short it, go long. I don't really care. Short M. All right, yeah, you're short M, so ride that one. CWI short. Nah, I don't. That thing's, like I said, it's at the bottom. It's. Oh yeah, see, oh yeah, this one, yeah, you can short it if you want, or you can wait for 150. It's really up to you, but this is a real good area. Apparently, they had earnings or news. Maybe let it shake out for a day or two. Maybe you get one more push up on another upgrade or something. But right now is not bad. Just if you're gonna do 300 shares of this, or say 500 shares, maybe do 150 shares. If it moves up to 150, maybe do another 150. If it goes up to this point here, do the 200 and then get the 500 shares or whatever. But just go small. Or even if you're doing 100 shares, go maybe 50 here, and then if it moves up into this area here, do another 50. But if you want to get into this thing, not bad, because it definitely, if this thing starts to come in, you're going to come right back into around the 120 area, 122 up into these highs, and then honestly, it probably come back to the 20 MA around 118 or so, depending. The market's dumped, this thing's going to fall like a brick, just like the rest of them, guys. Apple. The sour apple, that just keeps going. It had a run though, guys, all on news. We did make it above here. We went right to the 120 even number. We did talk about that area, but looks like it's pulling back on the daily. Let's go to the 10-minute really quick. Let's just see the action. Looks like everything's doing the same thing. Yeah, kind of coming in, retracing up. But Apple had a good run, guys, coming into earnings. So again, 50-50 shot. You are at the highs here, after coming off this 104 low. I don't know. I'm going to wait for earnings. If it shoots up, I'll write some calls. If it goes down, I have a short position in this one. I am out of the money a little bit, but I'm going to hold it. It's not a full position, so I'm not too worried. If it moves up to the 130s, I'll add more and just ride it out. I still think we're in the time frame where this whole thing can bomb, and the market's just come not crashing down, but a nice pullbacks in the cards, guys. It's just timing this stuff. It could happen on Friday with the Trump crap, but the more he tweets and the more uncertainty with the world with this guy, it's going to be a trader's market, baby. That's all I know. So be careful. If you're long Apple, I'd start chiseling some off. If you're short Apple, just make sure you're not loaded the boat in this thing, because it could definitely go up. To double top here on earnings, fill the gap up here. Can do anything. Let's put this one in a little. I had this guy here. We did have a breakout. Let me look on the monthly. So on the monthly chart, look at that. So we did break out above it, but we have no confirmation. So I want to see this thing break out on the monthly and confirm and keep going. Keeping an eye on the SPY, guys. If you short the SPY, we're almost into the 20 MA here. Let's see how it reacts. We just switched over about a minute and a half ago. Let's see if we could get below the green line and keep going. I'm thinking we could go straight to double bottom again and possibly lower. So keep an eye on that. If you're short, just protect it. A little bit more. We're holding on to the 618 right now. All right, let's see. Do you think GS could dump? Maybe. Hard to say. It's on news at this point. We did have a heck of a run. It did come back into this trend line here at 233.62. So that's what's kind of holding this thing up now. So this is the monthly. Let's go to the daily real quick. But, this is what it's hanging on to right now. And if it does, gosh, I think we could get down to the 226 area. But there's really no pattern other than it broke down a little bit yesterday, maybe some profit taking because, this thing's sitting. This would have been a great one to write calls right here. Dang, I should have put a trade out there. I thought we could get the 250 even number, so I was waiting for that, and you just never made it. So, all right, but it did pull back here. You are trying to hold this low pivot, like right around the 235 area. Let's see where this thing closes today, and then we'll take a look at it. If we do close below this red bar, we start setting up maybe a little retrace, and then maybe the next wave down. So you got to keep an eye on that too. So. But right now, I mean, really nothing wrong. You had a great move. That's the only thing I don't like. You had a 100-point move in the last 6 months, and then you expect more out of this thing. Oh, that drives me nuts. And then you get the upgrades, the 42 people on CNBC. Oh, you got to buy GS up here. Don't know. It was a buyout on that one. Okay. Yeah. So I don't know if I would touch it on a buyout, but that's really up to you. It's a great area up there, double top. That's up to you. CENX. Did we look at that one? CENX. CENX. Let's go to the monthly really quick just to see. CENX. Don, what are you looking at this? To go short or are you long? Gosh, I'm behind again, guys, so bear with me here. Yeah, all banks are priced in. Yeah. MA short at this point. What do you think? I'm short MA. So if you want to short MA, you can. I'm sticking with that trade. Earnings on 3.8. Yeah, but I guess it was a buyout. Yeah, so I would be careful with the buyouts. Yep, that's exactly what I'm saying. Got to be willing to lose all on C. Yeah, see, yeah, exactly, Jeff. Let's see here. That was a buyout. CENX. MA short, yeah, you could go MA short. I'm short in that one, a little bit upside down. They've been, but again, they've been going up and down, up and down. Right now, the CENX, you're into the monthly 50 MA. Is it going to go up higher? Got real good resistance right there. You had a nice, if you are long from 850 or so, you probably want to take some off the table here. You got a couple candles, nothing really, no patterns really telling us anything. You kind of got to wait for pattern on this. I just want to go back and see. Yeah, look at that right there. See that pivot right here? Gosh, it's amazing how these charts work. There's your high pivot right there and where this thing gets sucked into. So if you're long, it's could be the end of the road. You still have it. You still have this high pivot here, and you got a lot of resistance around the $15 area. So if you wanted to hold, wait for pattern here to see if you get higher prices. The SPY's moving up. If you want to just take the 10, 20 cents, you can. We'll see. The 20 MA seems to be holding the 618. Right now, we're waiting on pattern. I do like that we came back below everything, but again, the light volume's just tough markets to short. But if you're long this one from down here, I mean, that's a hell of a move. That's what, 20, 30%? For me, I would have been out at 10% and say thank you very much. But right now, you did fill it, or it came up to this high pivot right here. It is holding strong. I'd wait for pattern here. If you get a bullish pattern here and these MA start curling up on this thing can definitely go higher. So just be careful with this one. M short. I know we looked at this earlier. If you're short M, yeah, just keep riding it. I mean, it depends on the price. I would be dumping it. If you shorted it from 36 and you got 29 price, I'd be taking it off the table over here. It is trying to fight its way back. If the markets move up, this will probably grind its way up. If the markets move down, then I'd expect lower prices in pretty much everything. Look at Baba. Baba's coming in. Tesoro, Goldman, Priceline. Priceline's been a beast too, up and down. Nvidia's up $1.20. Netflix is down $1.38. That's going to be excuse me, guys. That's going to be some fun earnings today. Chipotle, though, look at Chipotle, guys. Yep, that's exactly what I'm saying. Got to be willing. MA, they, yeah, all banks priced in, short M. Yeah, if you're not short already from this, would have been the spot to short M around the 45. To short it down here, you just can't. Yeah, I mean, it's weak, but you know, at this point, it's oversold. You probably expect a little bit of a bounce, but for me, there's really nothing to do. I mean, it needs to get back above this pivot here at 30. If it gets back above that, we're probably going higher for maybe a little while. But if the markets sell off, you'll probably get a quick retrace, and then it's going to continue dumping. But again, it was it's still oversold here from 45 to here, so you could definitely get a bounce coming in on this one. So, but check out CMG. Yeah, just couldn't get above that area. We talked about it in our videos and stuff. The 200 MA, this this high pivot around 420. I was still waiting for this area up here, and just never got there. It's kind of one of those things that's where everyone's waiting here, or the 440 number. So they bring it up, everyone gets high. I was watching stock Twitch, everyone, there goes Chipotle, or there goes Chipotle, man, you better get in, it's going long. And I'm like, well, it needs to get back above the 200 MA and then confirm, and then maybe higher prices. And I get all these hate emails. Oh, it's going up, man, you don't know what you're talking about. It's like, well, let's fill this gap first and come down in here and let's see how it reacts. If it pops up from there, great. If it gets below the gap fill here in the 20 and the 50 MA, and it's going right down to this trend line. It's pretty simple. But earnings again coming up on it's Chipotle. It should be at least an $800 stock. Yeah, remember this thing when it was 750? I was telling everyone to short it, and they all were like, "You're shorting Chipotle, you're a moron." Well, came right back to double top, guys, right to the 750 number, and it was lights out. I mean, it was all that stuff going on, but it's like, come on, after from 229 to almost 750, and you want to start going long on this thing. Come on, that's incredible. Short all, let's see, ALL. Yeah, we looked at this one. Look at that, came right back into this trend line here. Apparently we looked at this one before. Yeah, that's not bad. I don't know why it's moving up. There's your trend line there going back. You have the double top at 70. God, SPY's right back up in our face, guys. So if you didn't take some half off, just protect it at this point. Or if you didn't take anything off, just beware. Again, it's light volume crap. I hate that. That's why I don't do a lot of stuff in these markets when it's light volume. I'll do a lot of swing trades, but intraday stuff's really tough these days. Let's say you have some good areas. That's pretty. I mean, it's still working out okay, but I mean, all of a sudden, pop goes the weasel. It's incredible. But this one, ALL, that's not bad. I mean, apparently we talked about this one around 75 bucks or so. If you want to give it a shot, just look for earnings, see when earnings are coming up. But if you want to give this one a shot, we're right back up into this trend line. I don't have a problem with that. But let's look at the daily really quick just to see. Gosh, yeah, it came back in, retrace. Yeah, I like that. And that's what I look for setups like this. Once it hits a high, I look for a nice retrace. We are getting back above. Yeah, we're in the 750. Gosh, if you want to take this short, just don't go all in. Save some for just in case. Check when the earnings are on this one. And if earnings, are maybe a month and a half away, I'd probably take it. But yeah, not bad. I love that it came back in, chopped around, nice retrace back into the blue line, up into the trend line again. You can play it like this. If you go short, you get above, 75, 50, 76, and it continues, just get the hell out. Just keep a tight stop on it and say thank you very much. But if it pulls back, you're probably, gosh, you crack the 73 area and then get the 50 MA down around 72.26. Then you're possibly gonna, take half off here and then maybe get if you could get a couple more bucks on it and say thank you very much. But again, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's strong or getting some news. You only have 286,000 traded on the day, so any bit of news, this thing's probably going to rip up. But if you want to be patient, I'd maybe wait 75, 50, 76 area to short, and if it goes up maybe to 77, then you get out. And then maybe if it goes to 80 or so, 81, then you reshort again, something like that. All right, guys. So the SPY trade's still holding on for dear life here. If you didn't sell half, then you're holding on with me. Let's see if we could get down a little bit lower and get some money out of this one. Again, light volume market, 16 million, so it's a little bit of a tough trade. If you want to buy puts to not tie up capital on shorts and define your risk, we're all way too deep in money puts. They're basically intrinsic value, like shorting a stock. Okay, so you could go a little bit further. So Jeff, so if you wanted to, I guess let's look at all. If you wanted to buy puts on this, what would you do? Go 6 months out, 7 months out, and play something like that, bud? I just know everyone's been emailing me and telling, dude, I'm getting my ass kicked on puts about the SPY, about the IWM. It's like, pretty much anything. They're just holding shit up and just killing people. That's it. So defendant risk, it's basically all intrinsic value, like shorting stocks. Okay, all right. Let me see. Yeah, I mean, just to say, or even the SPY, because I know a lot of people want to buy puts on the SPY. I think we're right there, though, guys. I mean, if you wanted to step up maybe a couple months out, but just don't, if you normally do $1,000 position, go 500 just in case. And if it starts to just deplete, just start, if you're 50% down, I guess you just pull it off and say, I'm done. Just don't get killed on them. Even a $500 bet, if the markets come in real nice, you can make a couple grand on those puts. So just don't go crazy. That's all I'm saying. It's been pretty brutal, these markets, with that stuff. That's why, a lot of the trades I put on there short. Maybe look at the April 90 strike on ALL. Okay. So you go a little bit higher on price and then just put it on there. All right. I mean, I guess I could pull up my TOS account. I got the paper account going on that. I've been messing around with that stuff. So, but yeah, again, if anything, I'm writing puts or writing calls. That's what I like to do. So, with doing this one with buying puts, or I would just short it. If I was going to do 1,000 shares of this, or I'd probably maybe 500 shares of this. Right here, I'd probably do 150, and if it went up to here, do another 150, and then if it went up one more time, I'd do 200. Then I would hold tight. Look at the monthly real quick here. You think USO dropped this time for real? Yeah, oh wow, look at that, 23 cents. Did they have oil inventory numbers? I don't even know anymore. They're making that thing go up and down. Again, everyone has puts on it, so they're probably sucking them dry. Yeah, I'm short I'm long the SCO and I'm short the USO with not a huge position, but a position. I'm letting it ride out. I'm thinking oil's going lower. They can't have, not that I'm a fundamental guy or following, what someone thinks, but at the end of the day, with the Federal Reserve keeping the rates low and doing all their stuff, they're in their plan, they can't have higher oil prices. The consumer will just shut down. If the oil goes up 50 cents or another buck, people are just going to be pissed. And then they're going to, you know what? I'm not going out. I'm not driving to the restaurant. I'm not going to buy new shoes this week. I'm done. Gas, right now they got the comfort zone. So they're trying to figure out, okay, what is the comfort zone for oil? Is it $2 a gallon, $2.50? If it starts hitting $3 again, people are going to be pissed. And their evil plan, the Fed, their experiment right now, it's not part of the experiment. Why do you think, the USO, right here went straight down? Because, at the end of October, when they stopped QE3, they needed oil. It was the oil stimulus, guys. It's pretty simple. And then it goes down. And it's like, okay, we got to take it down some more. And then it was like waiting on data, waiting on data, waiting on data. No, they were waiting to see how this spurred consumer spending on, and if this actually got people out to spend more money and buy the big Escalades, buy the big Suburbans. Hey, it's great. Oil's down, and all of a sudden oil shoots up. People's head will pop off, guys. Pretty simple. But the USO, let's see here. If you can get closer to $15 for those options, and $17 would be good. Okay, so if it looked like that, maybe look at April 90 strike. Okay. Yeah, so if you want to take puts, Jeff was saying maybe take the 90 strike on ALL. If you can get closer to 15 for those options, then 17, it would be good. And that's what on $15 for the option. I got you. Okay. You think USO dropped this time for real? Yeah, I don't know. I think oil inventory numbers came out. They're still stopping production, and we're still getting killed. But look at this though. See how we gap? Remember, we were watching this trend line. If you watch my videos, we're back below the trend line again. So just going up and down. Right now, it's really not telling us. SPY's going up, guys. So if you're in that short, if you didn't take any profits, hold tight. If we get above the 200 moving average and start moving up, just stop out. Just don't even mess around. We're going into the 11 o'clock hour. It could still come down. Volume's drying up. These markets, unbelievable. That's why, like during the holiday, the Christmas, I took some time off. I was doing some stuff a little bit. I'd make some videos, but it's just ridiculous. And that's why the last couple months I've been just putting shorts on. I'd rather do that than fight these markets all the time. I mean, there's been some good long trades, there's been good short trades, but I'd rather just sit and enjoy life and relax and let these things play out, and let's get some more volume in these markets before I do anything. But that's what I personally like to do. Expensive, but still leverage and doesn't tie up a bunch of capital. Yeah, I agree with that. When I short a big company, I don't worry about defining my risk by using put options. A shorter, smaller company, the M&A risk is higher, and you could put wiped out TFO on the acquisition. Yeah, exactly. That's why I didn't know what they were doing if it was earnings, Jeff. But usually the smaller companies have stocks. They don't have big volume. Cost, the put spread is high. Yeah, I hear you on that one. So then you just can't trade it. You just stay away from it. You trade stocks with more, or companies with more liquidity in the markets where you can get in and out a little bit better. Again, if you're going to put a risk on, don't put a big size position, and that's it. It's hard for us to pick a good entry price. What do you think? Yes, I think you have to be willing to pay more than 100% trend value to the benefit of. Yeah, got it. Yeah, short X. Yeah, we were short X. We just pulled it off. I'd wait for it. You know what? If it comes right back up here, 36, 37, we're going to be short again. We've done this one. We shorted, covered half, shorted again, covered half, shorted again, covered half, went down. We covered the last half. We covered the last half at this. No, I think it was on this day, 30. I think around 32, 35. I think. The post is on my Twitter page. So yeah, we were out. Yeah, let it go up again. It gets back up here. We're shorting it again. We'll do it. We'll do it 10 times. I don't care. This is the one that keeps on giving us money, Jeff. This has been awesome. This one, win was another one, up, down, up, down. That one was great. All right, the SPY, see the SPY's holding the two. All right, let's go back to the SPY real quick if you're in this trade. I'm holding strong, guys, holding strong. Again, with light volume, what they're doing, they're just shaking ES traders up and down. That's all they're doing, guys. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Shake them up, shake them up. All right, go short. Oh, no, go long. Go short, go long. You know what? Stick it on. If it gets above these tails and stuff, we're out. Gets above this trend line especially, then we'll look at the gap fill up in here. We'll look at the even number of 227. We'll do it again. But right now, it's okay. We're back above the 50. But let's see. Gosh, we're getting that freaking stupid time frame now. The lunchtime hour, that special time of day where the markets just all of a sudden magically go higher as the volume. See how the volume's just disappearing as the day goes on, guys? But you still have the uncertainty with Trump and all the tweets and all the crap that's going on. Goldman, yeah, Goldman's still 69 cents down. Yeah, X, yeah, I wonder do they have some news coming out? Or are you talking for an intraday trade with X? I mean, intraday, I guess, I don't know what's going on. So you might get caught in this, where you've got some momentum traders. But, if this thing shoots up here and comes into, all right, so let's play it like this. If you want to go short X, if this thing pushes up one more, it's still the time of day. You'd have to push right here all the way to double top on this one, pierce the 34 even number, and then you'd have to take it. But and then you get 3 bars up. That's how I like to play it, guys. 3 bars up into a good area. This isn't good enough for me. It'll probably overshoot and go for at least the even number here. I mean, it's pulling back here, but let's keep an eye on it. But for me, for a swing trade for X, I would wait for higher price. I'd wait for this thing to get back up into this area, maybe even to 39. Again, we short covered, short covered, short covered. So I'm going to wait patiently for higher prices. Brill X news Trump U.S. counter. Okay, now Ross says tariffs may be required. Oh wow, look at that. Nice. Okay, so that makes sense. Always something. Right on options X, of course, guys. Can't get much better than that. SPY's going up some more. Yeah, I should have took the 20 cents or 30 cents. It said, thank you. Just tough trades. Volume sucks. So, but if you're trading in these markets, go lighter share size. Don't go all out. That's the way you protect yourself, especially when you're scalping. you know, if you're normally going to come into X and do a 5,000 share position short just to do it, you know, 20-minute scalp, you don't want to do 5,000 shares right now and get hammered. You know, you want to do maybe 1,500, 2,000, you know, if you have that kind of capital. But yeah, right now with the news coming out, all right, let's look at the 60-minute. This thing's going to stop somewhere, guys. Yeah, 34. Look, you got the 50 MA on the 60-minute chart here too, but also you have gap fill at 35.20. I don't know. I guess you could play it as a momentum play. If you did go long right here around 34, you want to start taking it off. So you could play it that way too. But right now on, you know, if you look at this 10-minute chart, you're running into the 200 moving average, so it could stop there. So as a momentum play, it's a little bit tough. You know, this once it broke out around the 50 MA, this is when you would have taken it, and then you would have probably pulled it off at this pivot here. Could go a little higher. Markets go higher, this will probably push higher. But again, it's news. I mean, it could stop right here and go, you know, straight back down on some other tweet he's doing or something. This is crazy. Gosh, man, you know, even with the IBB that day, that was epic. It was like Trump tweets the bios, and all of a sudden, brr, straight down. It was like, oh my gosh, what's going on? And then you got to search around for news because this guy's a madman tweeting. Like I said, as a business guy, I like him, but I don't know. You know, he's just unpredictable on what he's going to do. And again, markets don't like when stuff is unpredictable and you know, oh, if with Hillary in, it's just going to go. It's going to be great. You know, just same old crap, same old crap. With Trump, you got a wild card, guys. IRBT back to the top. Looks like a good entry, but yeah, it's low volume. We are short. I have a short trade on iRobot, but we already pulled off half, so it's a small trade at this point. So for me, I'm just going to ride it out. Oh my gosh, can I get it in there? IRBT. Swear, the older I get, the more I don't know what I'm doing. Oh gosh, it did pop up. Unbelievable. So yeah, I have a 2.5 position in this right now. Yeah, you know what? I might actually add to this one. Yeah, oh yeah, look at that. Double top. Because we got it here. We pulled it off at 57. We shorted it around 60. I don't have my exact entry. 60. We pulled it off, half off at 57. Then it just chop, 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 chop. You know what? I think I'm going to add. It's going to be a 5% position again, so it's not that big of a deal. If you really want to wait patiently for 61 bucks, because you know this thing actually could go up another. Why don't we wait to short it? Now, I mean, if you want to, go ahead. I'm already in a position. If I want to, I'm going to add more. But usually through the lunchtime period, these things can float a little higher. And if it floated to 61, that would be even a little bit better of an entry. So, but the reason why we shorted this one, monthly chart, stretched. So this is a matter of time. But, you know, 63.43 could still be a number. That's a mathematical area. But if you want to short it, it gets above 61, 61.50, then you got to just exit and then possibly wait for maybe 63, 65. You know, this is a company that makes vacuums, guys. And it went from $28 to $60. You know, it's going to have a pullback. It's just a matter of when. So, you know what, I wouldn't even mind doing it right now. You know, I'm going to go to, let's see here, my Twitter page. And you know, I'm trying to keep everything in track. I'm actually working on a spreadsheet, guys, with all the trades in there. I got about 70 trades out there in the markets. I can't be in all of them. 70 trades is a lot even for me, but I'm in about 30 short trades right now, and as each and every day they're coming off, I'm posting them on Twitter and stuff like that. I'm not. It's not going to stop me from posting trades if I'm not taking them. If I feel it's a good trade and a good, you know, good point to take a trade, I'm going to put it out there. So for iRobot, we covered half. I'm looking for the trade on Twitter right now. Yeah, if you want to go short, you can, if that's what you want to do. You know, it could go to 63, 65, but on the extension on the monthly, I think it can easily pull back to 48 bucks, you know, give you 10 bucks on the trade. Again, we traded it. We took off half already. And great call on this one. Give me a second, guys. Trying to keep all this stuff as clear as possible. I'm going to like a spreadsheet a little bit better, and then I can just punch it in, boom, do it again, and we're done. So let's see here. I don't even know where the damn trade is. Oh, there it is. Okay. So yeah. So our original entry price was $60.05. We covered it half at 57. I'm going to post a trade right now. Adding short IRBT at I'm going to say 60. What's the price at? 60.52. So 60.52. So if you want to short IRBT, short it here. Don't load the house. Do maybe a half position, maybe a little. If you're going to do 500 shares, maybe do 250 here, and be willing to add if it does pop up to the 63 area. So I'm going to tweet that out right now, guys. Yeah, I'm well, when I'm doing these live sessions, it's hard. I'm watching a lot of stuff, but it's hard to really do a lot of trading and stuff. And I am managing my positions and stuff, but most of them are short, and I'm just waiting for a couple big red days, and they're all going to come in. We did. Let's see, what else? We did take off half a city group, or did we take off the whole thing? I know that was a good trade. Someone brought up. Yeah, we covered half a city group at 58.16. Gosh, you know what? I think we're going to cover. Let's look at city group real quick here. We took that trade on January 4th at 61.38. We covered half at 58.16. You know what? I think I'm going to, yeah. Guys, if you took the Citigroup short, I'm going to take the rest off here at 57.53. I'm just getting out. That's it. Covered last half Citigroup at 57.53. I'm done. I'm not messing around with this crap. As much as I like to hold, if you want to hold Citigroup, you can. For me, I just like taking profits and moving on to the next. I'm looking at the daily. You're in the 50 MA. This thing could bounce back up if the markets move up. If the markets move down, this thing's going downtown. Guarantee. It's going to fill this gap and it's just going to go. But for me, I like to get out of positions, go back into other ones. I want some capital to write some calls, possibly on Amazon, Google, a couple of the high flyers when they go into earnings. X just went into the 200 moving average. Let's see how that it reacts. SPY's trying to pull back a little bit. So, all right, let me cover last half of C, 57.53. So, I mean, that was a nice in and out, guys. Quick one, January 4th, we took it and we're already out. Today it's down $1.44. So that's, that's a good, 5, 6% or whatever on that trade. And that's all we're trying to do. 4, 5, 6% on every trade, in and out. Just keep banging them out and keep making money. So, all right, let's get back into it. Gosh, then I gotta. It's hard doing all this stuff, guys. All right, let's go back down. Anybody else? Any other trades, guys? So if you took that trade with us, and if you didn't cover half already, cover half. You could cover half here and maybe write it down. Just protect these things. But again, we're right in that time frame, guys. The SPY sells. All these swing shorts are coming in, and they're going to come in big time. So let's go to U.S. Steel again. We were looking at intraday action. We are right into the 200. Look at that. Hit the 200 MA. Never made it to the 34 number. Pulled back nicely. It's holding on here. Let's go back to the 60. Was there anything else? Yeah, I think the 60. Yeah, I had the 50 MA here. So that's what we're kind of waiting for there. If we do take this fib out, let's put one from this down area to this high. Yeah, we're coming in here. This wouldn't be a bad area too. I still like the 34, 34.30 into the lunchtime hour. It is moving on news, so be careful. And the 200 MA on the intraday is holding. This thing starts moving up one more time. We're going to look at 34.16 to 34.22 for a possible pullback. But we're going to look at time frame as well. If we're in the noon hour, 12:30, 1 o'clock, I probably won't do it. Tesla short, going into earnings. I think they're on February 3rd, I think. Just tough. I mean, it did, if you were watching my videos, we were talking about the 240 area right in this, you got a high pivot here at 240.71. Didn't quite make it, but it made it into the 750 retrace and this high pivot there. That's where it's kind of holding out. A little bit of bullish consolidation, nice pop up, but look at that, right back in and right back down. going into earnings in 2 weeks. I don't. If you want to do it, you can. But I'm not touching this thing until earnings. I hope it pops to 270. Then I'll be writing calls up there for lower prices to come. So I'm going to wait patiently, guys. Like I said, I like to write calls, and I'm hoping all Amazon, Google, Facebook, Baidu, Netflix, CMG, I hope they all pop up big time on earnings because I will be writing calls and making a ton of flipping money. So seen an update tomorrow, in my opinion. Okay, if you know, right now it's telling me you're in resistance right up in here, and there's no real consolidation or anything. I mean, it could go up, it could go down. Who knows? I mean, it's been going up and down. For me, you're in the resistance. I'm thinking we're going to stall out until earnings. You might get some profit taking. I mean, look, another one, you know, like Goldman Sachs. It goes from 180 to 240, and now you're going to go into earnings. And if you happen to catch this double bottom here and went long, you're not going to take any profits. I don't know. I mean, I would have been out, you know, in the first hit of the 200 MA and just said, thank you very much, Tesla. But for me, you know, 50-50 shot. If you're going into earnings, just don't load the boat. Make sure your position size is right. So if it does go up, you can add more. And if it goes down, you can, you know, cover it and make money. And if you're long, it goes up, you know, you sell it and then maybe go short or whatever. DB, some news. All right. Yeah, DB. Gosh. Yeah. Remember about 3 months ago, this bank was it's going out of business. Oh my gosh, what's going on? You know, I mean, this is just a turn. The only reason it went up because we came into this trend line. And look where we're going to. Double bottom, 20 MA. They're going to need news to pop this thing up above these areas because right now we're in the big resistance again. So I wouldn't doubt we just channel in this thing. We get below this trend line, it's going lower, and they can't have it go lower than this. They had to save it. This thing was starting to break down. Look at the volume candle that day when all the news and oh my gosh, it's breaking down, and then all of a sudden it magically, you know, goes from $11 to $19 or almost 20. Gosh, that's magic, guys. You know, because everybody stepped into, you know, with what 200 million on the monthly chart. You know, everybody bought it. Yeah, you know who bought it was Merkel and Draghi, and probably our central bankers too helped them out a little bit too as well. So who knows? The only thing that seems to have received some volume in the past is Wendy's. Is that Wendy's? WEN? I think. Yeah, I don't. You know, this is another one, just a light volume name. Where are we in? I was gonna say, are we? So we looked at this one. We had the 618 coming up. You have some pivots here. Had a heck of a move though, let me tell you. Daily chart. Yeah, daily chart. Look at that though. Comes in, retraces up to the high. Kind of like what was the one we just looked at that just did that? Was it iRobot? We just looked at another one. Look at that. Comes in, retraces to the high. They probably spread some news on it or something. You know, the big institutions. Oh, upgrade it now. Comes right into double top. Boom, right back down. So this is where you would have put a put on. It would have been out right here. You know, 1 or 2 days. You know, these are patterns you want to watch for. A nice retrace back to the highs, and then boom, right back down. But for me, nothing to do with Wendy's. I think it's Wendy's, WEN. This would have been a spot to short it right up in here, right when it retraced to the second double top, and then boom, right back down. Another boring day in the markets. Yeah, exactly. You're right, Christoph. It's terrible. Thoughts on USO, especially Saudis? They're lowering output on Sunday. Yeah, I don't. You know, at this point, it's all news. It's all lip service, guys. All lip service. Oh gosh, it popped up again. Oh geez. So hey, there's someone said something. Look at the intraday on this crap. Pop. They're back above that trend line again, guys. Woo! Everything's gonna be great again. We promise. It's all news. It's all news, all lip service, no action, guys. So until we see more stuff coming out in the next month or two with the outputs and this and the inventories or whatever else crap they're dishing, I'm going to stick with my short on this one. You know, if the markets come in with the SPY and everything, everything's going down, including this. The only one that will probably go up is gold. You know, our gold trade's been really good too. So let's see here. Yeah, Christoph, what do we have? 18 million on the SPY. So it's a tough one. GLD. Let's look at the GLD. I know I do this one all the time, but man, what a trade. You know, we were telling everybody start adding around 115, which we did. You had this double pivot, pivot. You had a gap fill down in here. Look at that. This like gap it over the gap fill because they don't want to deal with the support. You know, that's what these guys do, and then straight down we go. start adding around 1250, and then our last ad was at 108 or so, and then boom, we're coming right back up. So far, so good. If you're long with us with gold, you want to get out, you know, you want to sell probably half at 120, and then we'll see how this thing reacts. If it comes back down, then we'll start adding again. But, you know, one step at a time. We had this nice little retrace here too, where they got everybody on board long, and then look what they did here. Almost the same repeat pattern, other than it didn't fall as much from here. But as it fell, you know, we were talking about this pattern, and when it popped up, it was like, oh, we missed it. Don't go long, da, da, da. And that was the right move. And then right now they could be doing the same thing. Because you got to remember, you know, our last point here was around 108. So if you got it there, you know, I would actually be taking half off now. I wasn't lucky enough to get it all at 108. I'm more averaged right around, I don't even know what my let me look. My average price is 112.10. Wait a second here. Yeah, 112.10 on GLD. So I'm a little bit in the money. You know, I should have added more down in here. So like I said, it was about 115 I added, 112.50 I think it was, and then 108 in that area in there. So but damn, I should have loaded up more. But I was waiting for the lower numbers, the 100, the 102, I think 10, what is it? The 105, then the 101.49, and then of course the 100 even number. I was waiting, and I would have loaded the boat then down in here, and then my cost average would be right around 106, 107. But anyways, still in the money a little bit. If I get another 10 bucks or so, I'll be done. So I'm not going to stick around with that crap. Not at all. So that's the GLD trade. No problem. Laugh out loud. Yeah. So the US, but going back to the USO, you know, I'm just sticking with it. All lip service. You know, I mean, look at this. Saudis are doing this. No, Iran's doing that. Saudis are doing this again. No, Russia's doing it this time. Well, no, these guys are doing it that time. Oh, wait, it's his turn over here. It's just like, oh gosh. It's like, all right, breathe. You know, breathe. Turn it off. Like, you know, I was talking to Christoph yesterday. I was telling him that I don't even have CNBC anymore at my house. I look on the internet, of course. It just steers you in the wrong direction, guys. I have Bloomberg because that's on my cable stuff, but it's like just cancel it at this point. I don't even want it anymore. You know, I don't watch that much TV anyways. You know, we got my kids' channels, you know, the Nickelodeon and all that crap. So that's all we really need. Because CNBC, it's a bunch of talking heads giving you their opinion and their fundamentals on where stocks are going. Where I like technicals, guys. I mean, they always don't work out. Don't get me wrong, but at least it's pretty black and white. Let's look at X again. X right back into the 200 moving average. See how it's getting above there? It almost made it to the 34. Damn. Hold on. Let's take the 60-minute in here. Yeah, I still liked it around the 34. I still like it around the 34.30. Gosh, it's pulling back already. I mean, that's almost a 20-cent pullback from there. Never really got to the even number. Damn, markets are going up a little bit more now. We're getting to that time frame, guys. 11:30. You know, if you did take the SPY trade, whatever, 40 minutes ago, just be careful with it. You know, if it pops up on you, just get the hell out. You know, it's not even worth the risk at this point. It's hard to fight the light volume. Period. And then, you know, U.S. Steel is fixed again. You know, I'm looking at the IWM. IWM's pretty flat on the day. Let's look at that one. Yeah, it's still below the MAs, but again, see how we get up, then it comes back in. They're just you know, the future traders, right, Christoph? Up and down, shake them out, get them out, shake them down, shake them up. You know, just keep going. Hold on, guys. All right, back in action. Bookie at his best as always. How have you been? I've been good, Raj. I've been really good, man. Just you know, around the holiday session, I just like to take, you know, lay low a little bit. You know, we talk. You know how it goes. It's, you know, just keep an eye on the prize, guys. And this one, gosh, I mean, this is the stuff that just drives me up a wall. Look at Netties. I mean, is there any rhyme and reason for this stuff? I mean, look at this, just up and down, and then it goes up. Slight bullish pattern, gets above the MAs. I'm sure talking about the Golden Cross. Here we go. Oh my gosh, you got to get in the netties now. and then today it's down almost $8. It's like, but don't worry, they'll upgrade it probably back to the highs, But incredible, some just incredible action lately on these stocks where they're up and down, sideways, and they go up $30, down $30, and then people wonder what's going on. There should have been news. No, these guys need the price to be at a certain point on options so they can make a bunch of money and then stick it to you. That's how this stuff works, guys. Your live sessions are the best. Thanks, man. Yeah, indeed. Oh, played the inside bar to the downside. Was good for it to. Okay, nice. Oh, played the inside bar to the downside. Was it good for 3 points? Oh, I shorted that one a long time ago. Is that the one you're talking about? Or are you talking about the futures? You got the 3 points out of there. Let's see. Anything else, guys? If you have a symbol or something, stick it in there. If not, I'll just go sift through stocks and just, normally what I do, guys, as a trader, I got all my positions going, but I'll, like Apple, I'll just start looking for stuff, looking for patterns, looking for anything, looking for areas to buy stocks, to short stocks. Like I said, I don't care. I'll trade anything if I can find a good level. So then throughout the days, I'll just start sifting through stuff like this. And a quick look at it, like Aetna here, not bad bearish pattern. We're in that time frame. You came in the double bottom yesterday down here. It's holding it. Market stay buoyant in the lunchtime hour, then you're probably not doing anything with it. And then usually during the lunchtime hour, I like doing the live sessions because there's not a lot of action going on. But I'll just sift through these stocks just to see what's going on. See where they bounce, see what they're holding, see if they're doing anything, setting up for pattern, head and shoulders, X short. Yeah, we were talking about that short. UAL reported today was red and now green going against me. Yeah, UAL again, well, there's probably going against you because with the oil now, oil's going down, oil's going up. You did hit this double bottom on UAL from the other day, so that's what it's kind of holding. But you know what, Raj, you're coming back into the 200 MA on the intraday, so let's see if we can get above that area. And that price is right around 74.39. Let's see if that holds. If that does not hold, gosh, you might be going back to maybe the high of the day, possibly. And then if the markets start to move up, that's not going to help the short either. Let's see here. You have these highs here. That's not terrible. Well, here we go. We're moving right up into there as well. So, but see on this, so as the SPY's pushing up a little bit, you're catching a bid on everything else, on the IWM and stuff like that. There we go. So it hit the 200. It's pulling back a little bit now. I don't really, if you really hold on here. I just want to see if there's yeah. So okay, well you got the 750 right retrace there as well. So let's see if that holds on. If you're in this thing and it's going against you, let's see what happens. You are hitting the 750. This is only an intraday Fibonacci, so it's not too much, but it's probably, let's see here, 74. It's going to say even number, already blasted through. Maybe it goes to 74.50. I'm looking at the 60-minute just to see if there's anything else up there. There's really nothing else. It did go through the 20, but on a 60-minute close, it just started. So does this thing pop up and then come right back down? You want to see if the 60-minute stays above the 50 MA or if it stays below, or the 20 MA, or it stays below the 20 MA. See how it's pulling back again? This could be the shake everybody out who went short, and then they pull it right back in. So hold tight with that one. There we go. It's pulling back nice now. So X though, yeah, Christoph, we've been talking about that area here, right up in the 34 area. I mean, at this rate with the Trump news, it could go right here to gap fill. If it gets up to 35.19, that's where I'll be going. But yeah, I love the 34.40, 34.50 area with the even number, and then of course double top here. I don't, with the well, actually, let's see. We did get past the 200 MA here. We are holding at this 50 MA as well on the 60. Is there anything else on the daily that we should know of? Yeah, no daily. Well, you have the Fibonacci from here going into the 5.0 retrace. But yeah, these a little bit higher would be awesome. But going into the lunchtime hour, Christoph, they could push this thing up higher. And then the SPY's holding on. If you're still in the SPY trade with me, we're holding on for dear life here. Hopefully we could get through the lunchtime hour. These are the same charts, guys. So here, let me put the 60-minute on. GS finally come in our way slowly but surely. Oh yeah, buck 77. But they had good earnings, Raj. Remember? Everybody got in there. After a 100-point move, I'm going to go into Goldman. It's going to be great. But they said they're going to upgrade it too. It's going to be good. So, oh man, it just drives me crazy. I got to look through some other positions too. Children's Place coming in really good. Looking at covering that one, the rest of that position. God, still everything's just holding on. It just drives me crazy. Holding on, everything's green, everything's great. Let's give it an upgrade. Why not? Yeah, SPY's still hanging on to the 200 here, MA. Let's see if we can get above it. If it gets above it, then probably just take the loss and say we gave it a shot. But here on this nice little pullback, should have pulled it off and said thank you. We could have brought it back here and shorted again up in this area. But you know what? We'll hold on to it. I don't have a huge position. What are you going to do, basically? Yeah, GS. Let's go to GS real quick. Yeah, wow, look at that. So let's go to the daily just to see. Yeah, daily, we're holding on to this 232.62 area. That's holding on. If that goes, I think we're going right down here into the 225.90, into the 50 MA, 226.43. You do have a gap fill right here at 223.43, and you know how stocks love to fill gaps, guys, and you also have them lower. So what we talked about earlier, you look at the monthly. What a hell of a move from July, guys. You'd expect the pullback. I don't care what stock it is. Let's pull this out. Let's stick the fib in a little bit lower. Let's just go to this double bottom here. Put it on this one. Yeah, I mean, I'm 220 easily. And if we on a monthly chart, if we engulf this top green candle, I think lower prices to come. Let's look at the weekly real quick just to see on Goldman. To get a better feel. Yeah, we had a pretty good bearish pattern or bullish pattern here. We're above the MAs, but we're just a little bit stretched from here. It's got to come in. It's got to come in before it goes up again. Even on earnings, stretched, all priced in. Great earnings, and everybody hops on this morning, and they're all getting murdered. And then they're going to hold because, it's Goldman. They had good earnings. It's got to go up. Even Kramer said, and the next thing you know, it's 220. Next thing you know, it's 200. Everybody dumps. And then we'll be stepping up to go long. But no, this is the area I like. You got gap fill, you got the 200 and the 50 for a good, little couple day pop, and then you drop it. But yeah, if this thing comes straight down into 175 or so, that's the area, guys. All right, if you have any other symbols, guys, anything you want me to look at, pop them in. I'm looking at X. X is almost getting there. It's getting close. Anything else? I'm looking at probably about 20 something. What do I have? 8, 8, 8, 24. I got about 30 symbols I'm looking at, just trying to find trades, guys. How's the IYT doing? IYT's up 64 cents. So you got your the transports are up a little bit, no confirming trends up or down. You got the VIX up 57 cents. So that's kind of speaking to us. Some people are possibly getting some insurance out there. Halo. All right, IBM. Let's look at IBM real quick. IBM, yeah, weekly consolidating on the 200 moving average. It needs to get through the 200 and pop. Next area would be double top around 170. It gets through that, this thing should go higher. Again, I'm sure earnings are coming up. You have a pivot here around 174. You got another pivot here around 176.23. So even if it does pop up, how much more does it have left in it? I guess we'll find out shortly. We do have a fib up here as well around the 178. 73, you have the 750 with this little pivot down here. So, if this thing builds pressure to move up, it could probably pop. But again, look at this run, 117 to 170. You need a pull. I mean, we had the pullback here, short right back into the 618, then it took off. But earnings, earnings got to be coming up on this one too. Let's look at the daily really quick on this one. Yeah, just chopping around. You're above the MA, so it's in a strong stance. But again, it's going to be an earnings play. I'd rather have it pop up on earnings and then play the short. And I mean, you could go short, maybe a half position, small position. If it pops up, you add more, and then you hold on for dear life. But, had a pretty good run, the last couple months. It was what was it, 147 to 1. 70 or so or whatever. It's back down a little bit, but had a pretty good run. It better have good earnings, kind of like Nvidia, kind of like all these other ones too. So let's see, Halo, HAL. All right. Oh, it's yelling, guys. Hold on, I gotta answer the phone. When is she gonna do more promo? Yeah, I don't know who that is. I got Nationwide. Nationwide is on your side. All right. Halo. Wow. Damn. See, look. Where were you earlier, buddy? On Halo. Look at this. Look at that double top. You couldn't ask for a better short right there. Nah, there's nothing to do on this one. Almost filled the gap down here. Right now, I would wait for pattern to see what happens. Oh my gosh, look at that, guys. This is stuff we dream about. You have boom, boom, boom. Everyone's like, oh, here we go. Here we go. It's Halo. It's going to 20. It's double top. And look at that. Right back down to basically where everyone bought. Or everybody chased it here. Wow. Yeah, nothing to do on Halo right here. Jeez, look at that. That was a great pullback. See, this is where you buy options right there. or right calls. One or the other. Let's see. Let's just see on the monthly just to see. Yeah, look at that monthly. I mean, that's just a bearish pattern. This thing, if it doesn't, gosh, this could be it. This might be going lower. I wouldn't short it here. The part you would have shorted it there. If you're long, that's where you would have taken it off. Yeah, there's nothing to do, at least for me, on this one. Damn, that was great. Oh my gosh. See, this is why I love doing the live stuff. I would have never looked at this chart. I mean, I don't know if I have. Do I have that one? I don't think I have that one. I mean, I'm looking at about 500 stocks, but I don't think that one's on the list. Nope, that one's not on. But my gosh, look at that. And even this. I mean, was there another area? No, not really. I mean, even here, look at that. So this thing comes in, shoots right back up, double top, hangs out, boom, comes down, goes right back up, pierces through. Everything's overshooting, guys. So it overshoots. You know what? Let's go. Let's just look. What do you think? 750 or 618? Right? Let's go. Right in between. Look at that. So it overshoots the 618, doesn't get to the 750, comes right back in, 4 days up in the double top, and then slam. Love it. Dude, pick up the phone. I know. No, I wasn't yelling. It was an insurance company. I think it was AIG. They need another 80 billion to bail them out because they've been writing credit default swaps, whatever they were doing last time. They're doing it. They're just packaging them in a different name, whatever they're calling them. And guys, we were talking about too, a couple of us, about the subprime car loans. Anything with subprime to it, guys, it's a turd. So just be careful with those. We're looking at CarMax. There's a couple other ones too, a couple other high flyers. The subprime car loans, they are going to blow up. It's just a matter of when. So let's see. Very good calling UAL. I did not close above the MA and both 10-minute sinks holding now. Yeah, let's see UAL. UAL. How about nope? X is still sitting around. SPY still holding on. If you're short the SPY, we're going to be married to it. Right now, it's death do us part, something like that. UAL, yeah. Look at that, right to the 200, pull back. You had the 750, so you got to be careful with that stuff. And then you're below. You had this too as well. Remember, this is the 60 minutes, so it hasn't. We still have 45 minutes to close. But see how they got it above it? Everybody starts getting bullish, and then it's like bam, right in their face. So hold on here, Raj. And you got a little tail here. It's not a complete topping tail. Not enough volume for me to like it, but it's still a little tail. You had some bears come in and fight these guys. And then you also had the resistance at the 20 here. So now the big key is you got to get back below the 20 MA and definitely back below the 50 and the 200 on the 60-minute chart. The bigger time frames, this is more of a intraday trade, short term. So this is the 60-minute and the 10-minute you want to follow. So, but right now, holding strong, man. You're doing all right on this one. Let's see what happens. But this is what happens in these light volume markets. It clicks over and then they shoot it back up again. As long as you stay below this tail here and below the 200 and the 50, next one is the 20. This one should come right back in. Again, options X, guys. Everybody, this thing starts tanking. Everyone goes short here, back at the double bottom. Then they stick it to them for 50 minutes. And usually the traders that will go short, they'll go all in here. So as this thing's pushing up, they're getting killed. And then they cover right up here. clicks up, comes right back in, and then goes right back down. And then the guy who went short down here, he's going, covering his short, going long because, oh my gosh, it's going up. So he goes long, and then he doesn't realize there's all this resistance, and it comes back down. He starts selling because he went long. Now he's short again, and then they'll probably pop it up one or two more times, shake him out, and then they'll drop it. That's what they do. Yeah, food time here in Europe. Yeah, I hear you. Well, what time is it, buddy? It's 8 hours ahead. So yeah, you're at dinner time. Yeah, rock and roll, bud. Rock and roll. All right, Tesla, GS. Let's see, GS. Let's go into that real quick. GS. Yeah, look at that. Damn. All right, you still have the double bottom here. So let's see if that holds. Let's move this out. Let's see what the next level will possibly be. You got some, geez, maybe in here. God, there's just not, yeah, let's go 230, even number. First we got to break through the low, which was 232.25 or so. What was it? Yeah, 232.25. If that cracks, then you're probably coming into these little pivots here. And then you do have a gap here, but it was filled with a tail. But, if you want to, for government work, guys, 228.63. But right in here is not bad. You had some consolidation. You have this, a little bit of up and down move. This is 60 minutes, so shorter time frames. But, Goldman starts dragging down. This could help, the market pull back. JPM's a little bit weak. Apple went red. ExxonMobil 74 cents down. USO's coming back in a little bit. A little bit crazy. What's 1730 on which one, Christoph? And Tesla. Yeah, we looked at Tesla earlier. We had a couple guys asking about that. But Tesla, nothing to do. I'm earnings coming up, guys. And after a run like this, if you were long from down here, you got to be taking profits. If you want to short up here, you can, but expect this thing to possibly go to 270, 280 if it has good earnings. If you have to do something with this trade, if you were long from 180, you got to take something off the table or at least protect it. You don't want to be caught with your pants down and this thing's tanking on earnings day. Or if you're short in here, you don't want to load the house and you get, this thing pops up. You want to make sure you can add more up here, or you wait patiently for earnings. And oh, your time, I got you. But you just got to wait for. I'd rather have it pop up here and short it back up here. If you have to short it, just take a small position and be willing to add up here to do a cost average. That's all you can do, and just hold on, because eventually these markets will pull back, and when they do, you better look the hell out, because they're going to get slammed, in my personal opinion. So, all right, let's see anything else. It looks like Amazon hit the 200 moving average on the. If I could get these symbols right. I guess after 45, guys, I just, I can't punch in the right symbols anymore. It's like, which one is it? I got iRobot was wrong. IMW instead of the IWM. I should probably go see my doctor. Stocks are making me crazy. Gosh. Okay. Instead of going to the 60, all right, let's look at the 60-minute too as well, just to see what Amazon's holding on to. So it's holding on to the 200 moving average. Amazon, that's where it bounced off there. See how it came back in, almost double bottom. You bounce a little bit. If you really want to get technical, you could connect the dots here. You had a little bit of support as well. So that was a pretty good area. But, a little bit looking weak here. We are going into the lunchtime hour, so I would expect higher prices, but we'll find out in the next hour or so what happens during lunch. Let's see here. So it's holding that. You have the 50 MA at 803.26. So if this thing does come down, you have good support at 803. Then ultimately at 800, you do have a gap fill on Amazon right at 798.96 if it really started coming in. But yeah, not looking. Look at that. Goes right. We talk about the moving average. Look at that. Goes right to the moving average. Bounces around, just kind of follows, and it finally just falls apart. So keep an eye on Amazon today. Let's see if it can hold the 200 MA, or if it goes straight up, or if it starts to crack below. If it starts to crack below, you're coming right over here on the 60-minute next area. I mean, and this would probably, if it came down right here to 803, 802.50, you could possibly take this one for a long trade. If it drops, if it came down from this point $3 straight down into the 803, 802 area, At that point, if you really want to wait for the 800 even number. That's going to be even a better area for a nice bounce. So SPY's fighting here, guys. If you're in the trade with me for a short, just hang on tight. Still not above the 200 MA. It's pulling back right now a little bit, but they're fighting. The big thing for the SPY is, like we showed earlier, I got my voice back, guys. I was having trouble back in that. That's the other reason why I haven't done live stuff. My allergies, I've been a little bit sick under the weather, and I just can't talk. So, but look, check this out. So it still can't get above it. Look at these tails. Someone's fighting this thing up here as it's pulling back. 20 million on the SPY, though. You have to respect that. And you know, going short in these markets are tough. I thought for sure we'd get a little more pullback, but we never did. So right now they're just shaking people up and down, in my opinion, on this. Let's see here. And then on the 60-minute, look, you got the 50 and the 20 MA holding this thing down. So you're still inside this bar too. So there's a lot of resistance up here, as well as this sloping trend line too. So got above it, but never confirmed, came right back down. So got to keep an eye on that as well. And then we're going, what time is it? 11:52 in New York. So anything's possible. But check this out. Hold on a minute. PCLN. This thing's coming in pretty good right now. Wow, look at that one. Again, looks like a trend line up there. Let's see. Yeah, look at the trend line. There's one of the trend lines that we've been following. Look at that, right back up into it today or the other day. Never couldn't get above it. Tried to retest it today and straight back down. Wow. Price line, what a beast this thing's been. You know, this would have been another one. The right calls right here, right calls right here. Gosh. I mean, yeah, actually, you could have pulled them off. Right here would have been the spot to write more calls, and then boom. How long we stay short cat? We covered half a cat already. We did short that one. We covered half already. And then here, guys, this is what I'm going to have eventually. Let me pull this up for you. Because the Twitter thing's getting so hard to follow. Eventually, I'm going to have a link for this thing here. So if you go to this is some of the trades that we have out there. And like I said, I'm not in all of them. I can't take all of them. And as we pull them off, we'll get wins. And as we pull them off for losers, we'll have losers in here. But cat, our entry price was 12.7, or a date 96.64. We took half off at 58.16. So, or no, at no, 96.64. We took half off at 91.19, and we're just holding it. So we had a nice trade. So far, we're holding on to a lot of these trades. We're in for a couple months, some a couple weeks, some we did Alta. We were in a day, So sometimes they work out real nice. Sometimes we're holding them. But as we're going through the holiday season, I'm not really doing too much. I mean, we should have probably took more long positions. These aren't all the positions I'm in. I'm still trying to go through Twitter and add them. I don't even know if I'm going to put them all in here. I just launched the website, guys. As you know, if you're a member, I might just start a new one, a clean slate, and start going over. But if anybody followed me on Twitter, I kind of want to, show them some respect and at least get them out of some of these trades. But a lot of them are okay. Some of them are out of the money. I'm getting killed on JPM, Goldman Sachs, NVIDIA. I'm getting my ass handed to me on those. But, as well as, we're taking them off. We got a good trade on Aetna. We got a good trade on the FL. The GMO, that was an awesome one. The GWPH was great. The HOG did we take the HOG? Now, see, I don't know why it keeps popping up in there. We're still in HOG. I don't know what this, there, let me take that out. But there, I don't know, was it the Halliburton one? But what else? The Humana one was a good trade. And then this is showing that the IYT, we're getting our butt kicked, but we added this one we've been married to for a while. That this is probably one of the longest ones I've been in, which completely sucks. But what are you gonna do? It is stretched, it's going up, it will come back. But you know what? It's not a 10% position, so I'm not really too worried about it. The KSS, we got a winner on. The Alta, that was a great trade. That was the same day. We did everything. We even scalped that one too and made a bunch of money on that one. The VLO, we're still in. The UUP, we took the dollar long. That one was a winner. And then, my NVIDIA, I'm still trying to find that on Twitter and stuff. I'm trying to find everything that I posted on Twitter because that's where everybody has all the prices and stuff. I might have little different entries in my actual account, but as long as I'm posting on Twitter, that's what I'm trying to do for you guys, just to keep everything as accurate as possible. Well, just like IT, we shorted that one. We covered, oh, that was the one. So we covered this one for a winner. But then as IT went up, guys, we took it again at 102. Why not? It was a great area. And then where is it today? But that's what I'm going to do. You know, so when we're getting in trades, you guys will have all this stuff. So if you had to, you go to the website, you log in, and then you get all this stuff as well. You know, all the shorts, and you know, we're going to have longs and stuff too. UPS, we went short. I got to put all the entry. It's a lot of work for one guy. So bear with me, please. Bear with me. Yeah, it's brutal. It's like a freaking full-time job. I don't even know why I do it. So, but yeah, we're in cat still half position. Shorting price line. No, you got the yeah, I would love the short price line, but I'm just waiting for earnings. I mean, you have a great area right here. Look at that. You're right up into this, you know, trend line. You're up into this price, but it's slightly bullish. You're above the MAs, and on earnings, I'd rather let this thing pop to 1650 and then write calls or short it up there. So just, you know, just don't do anything. I mean, we're popping up here. You know, it is pulling back. So no, guys, with the earnings coming up, let's wait. Let's let stuff pop up and short, or let's let stuff drop, and then we'll try to catch a long. You know, everything's going to be a market trade, guys. Market starts to dump, everything's going lower. Markets stay buoyant and just go sideways, then you're going to get some actions with longs and stuff. So we're right in that time frame, guys, where anything's possible. So you know, we could dump on a Friday huge, you know. So let's see here. No, my scanner, Don, is me. I'm the scanner guy. I'm just going through stocks all day long. There's really nothing that scanners can tell me. Are scanners going to tell me with a bear pattern or a bullish pattern, or are they going to stick a? I mean, unless there's something out there, are they going to stick a Fibonacci in right here and say, hey, from this bottom to this top here, a little higher, we're into the 618. That's some resistance there too. Wow, look at that though. You know, you take a smaller retrace on this turd up to the top, you're into the 618 too. So you're holding the 618 as well. I mean, I guess if you wanted to short it before earnings, here we go, guys. SPY's coming in now. If you're in the SPY short with me, let's see if this thing can play out a little bit more. Some seller just came in. But see what they're doing with the ES futures traders, guys? They're shaking them up, shaking them down, shaking them up, shaking them down, and they're just taking everyone's money. That's what all right, SPY's coming in, SPY's coming in. All right, guys, if you're short with me from like 5 hours ago and holding on for dear life, get ready. We're into the 618 retrace. Let's see if we could get below that. How many minutes? We have a minute and a half to the left of this candle. All right, guys, hold on here. Price line. I don't know when the price line. Anybody know? Okay, earnings 215. Yeah, so you got a couple weeks. I wouldn't do it. Price line is just a driven pig with news. And one day it's up 40, one day it's down 40, one day it's up 40. Let it. If it plays out and goes down, then we'll be looking to buy long maybe for a couple days. But if it goes up, we'll definitely be shorting it, Keith. So just sit on your hands, relax, enjoy the weather. Well, I'm in Arizona, so I'm enjoying the weather. So. And then thanks. Hey, the Night of Fire, man. Hey, you know I love this stuff. I could go all day. Oh, SPY selling. All right, hold on, guys. Let's go back to the SPY. All right. So if you're in the SPY with me short, let's see here. Where's price at 22? All right, let's see if we could get down to the even number here. Gosh, I just, you know, it gets to a point. I just don't want to be a pig. Come on. But yeah, anybody have any news or anything with this one? Or with the SPY? I mean, even, yeah, something's going on. The Qs are coming in, the Dow's coming in. Did Trump tweet? Is Trump tweeting? You know, I'm going to have to probably put him on my Twitter account. Because every time he tweets, some shit's going down. So, yeah, but we're still in that time frame, guys. We're still in the middle of the day. 12, well, yeah, the 12 o'clock sell-off. Yeah, exactly, the top of the hour. You know what? Sometimes, yeah, you never know. I sometimes I'm the man, Brian. I'm not always right. Look at NVIDIA. I just got my head handed to me on that one. Never in a million years, 120 bucks. That's just unreal. But you know what? That's the one, a high flyer you're gonna have to hold and you know, till death do us part, basically. And I'm holding on to that pig, as well as Goldman. Where's Gold? All right, Goldman's down $3 now, guys. So you got to keep an eye on that. Where's Apple? Apple's down only 14 cents. Exxon's at the low of the day. Uh-oh, Yellen's calling. But Janet, I can't do it. No, that's a client actually. I'll have to call him back in a couple minutes. Yeah. Isn't the Ella speaking today? Is it yeah, is the FOMC meeting today? Maybe. I think so. In the middle of the FOMC meeting, it's been I guess they've been doing one in the beginning of the month, in the middle of the month. Yeah, I think if she yeah, she usually does speak on the Wednesday of like the middle of the month. Yeah, so possibly. So yeah, so that's another thing, guys, too. Great one, Jeff. So with that in mind, looks like we're holding these double bottoms here right now. Let's see if we can. They're going to push it up. I know it, because all the ES guys are all going short now. They're going to push it up there. You know what? Just for maybe for 5 minutes and then bring it back down. But something's up here. So all the indexes just kind of came in here. Here, check it out. So the IWM. See how it pulled back a little bit? You got the Qs. See how that pulled back a little bit, and then you got the DIA. See how that pulled back. So somebody opened their mouth. Yeah, she is speaking today. Yeah. Short GS at 241, short Tesla. What is your opinion on those? You're short from those points? Oh, hell yeah, brother. 235 with which one? Tesla. You know how Tesla is, man. If you were short Goldman from 241, here, let's pull them up real quick. GS. I would personally start protecting this one, but I think Goldman could get down to the 225 area, but that's me. I'd probably sell half off here, especially if you're 241, and then I would probably ride the rest of the 50 MA if you can hold on this long, and then maybe sell a quarter and let a quarter run. I honestly think we could start filling gaps down here, especially if the markets sell. And if you want to hold, that's up to you, sir, and just ride it out. You just need the markets to dump. But if the markets stay buoyant, you know how this one, they'll spread the news, and next thing you know, it's at 250. So just protect yourself. Tesla, on the other hand, there really is no rhyme or reason on Tesla. Today it can reverse and go straight up because Elon sent out a tweet. He was taking a dump, and it was great. And he had a thought. Some thought came to his mind, and I'm gonna buy Shake Shack. So my car, that was the joke before. Where he's going to buy Shake Shack when his cars start on fire, he can start cooking burgers. Hi, everyone. ADP just won't move. Hold puts for May. And I know it sucks holding puts. Yeah, Reva. It's just freaking brutal right now. Yeah, SPY's catching a little bit again. Look at that. So they dump it out. The ES future traders are all hopping in now. Oh, it's going down. Oh, shit. Catch it. And now they're like, all right, squeeze it up a little bit. Let's get them all out again and take all their money. Small retail contracts, they buy 2-3 contracts, but it's like 500 of 2-3 contracts, and then the big boys come in and dump it in their face. Yeah, so here we go again. Darn it. One more time, I'm going to get out of this trade, take my 30 cents and say, F you. So ADP, yeah, Tesla's tough. We went right up in there. I see where you're shorted it. I was telling everybody this is a great area. Earnings are coming up on the 2nd, so it's just a crapshoot. If you're not loaded to the house in this and you can withstand, if this thing shoots up to 270, if you can withstand that, stick with it. If you can't handle it moving up here, then I would dump it before earnings. But yeah, this is a great area here. But the other thing with Tesla, this was a great area too. See how it pulls back and then right through it again? Now, is this set up to possibly for higher prices? Maybe. So keep an eye on this one. Let's look at the weekly really quick. Weekly, same thing. That's that big resistance up here. You have the 50 or the 750 retrace up there as well. Great area, but yeah, and he had a great run. But honestly, it could still go up into this area. So just be prepared. If you're long, same thing. Protect it. If it goes up into this area, you take it off and go short. Or take it off, let it come back in, and buy Tesla again. If you're a long-term Tesla guy, sell here, buy there, sell here, buy somewhere in here, sell up here, buy down here. Your cost average would be like $3 right now, and then you just hold it forever. So Shake Shack on Mars, exactly. Yeah, remember Shake Shack, guys? You're gonna get in the Shack. It's the best burger joint ever. Bag holder, it's still going lower, and the guys, it's just like it's like Twilio, Acacia, Shake Shack. Well, it's not the same though. She can't compare Shack to Twilio. Well, no, I can compare the chart to Twilio. It's the same crap. Get everyone on board. Then everyone's holding on. It's Shake Shack. It's got to go back to 96. Damn, I wish I would have shorted this thing. We were probably waiting for the even number. That's where all the technical guys, they were waiting for the even number. Thanks for the input on those. Hope family. Yeah, everyone's doing great. Nobody's sick right now. Everybody had a great Christmas, great New Year's Eve. They're back to school. Thank God. I love my kids, but holy cow. I have twins that are 6 and I have a 10-year-old. And my gosh, between homework, sports, I coach some of their sports teams. I'm really involved in their schooling and stuff. And just in their life, I'm their dad. That's what dads are supposed to do. But let me tell you, I can't do this stuff at home. I got my kid pulling my sleeve and, come on, Dad, what are you doing? Come on, let's fly the drone. So, but yeah, no, everything's great, man. All right, well, let's see. Let's look at ADP. Let me shut up here. ADP, yeah, we looked at this one. Yeah, there was our areas, 102.52. Yeah, if you wanted to. We had this trend line here, popped above it. We were talking about the 100 even number. If you want to short ADP, short it. You're holding 97 May. Yeah, you should be okay. I mean, of course, you're getting demolished here in the last couple of weeks. Damn, that's a weekly. Yeah, puts are tough. Yeah, stick with it, man. Stick with it. Look at the monthly. Monthly, I think it's a high flyer. Yeah, monthly's getting stretched. Yeah, stick with it. You should be okay. If you wanted to add a little bit more to those, you possibly could. Just make sure you don't load the boat. Yeah, I mean this is what you would have rolled calls up here. That's what I would have done. But no, right now, you know what? I'm gonna you know what? I think I might have. Hold on, I do have a short on this one. I'm not in it personally. Hold on. Where is it? Because my Twitter page is just driving. Yeah, ADP short. Okay, yeah, 12, 21, 16, 102, 52. I was going to say, wait a minute here. Yeah, we're short this one at 102, 52. We took it on 12, 21, 16. Puts, I told everyone not to do puts, just share size. Or you could have actually done a bear call spread, I guess. Thanks to Raj, he's been showing me that stuff. So yeah, if anyone's really good at options or bear call spreads or playing that stuff, email me at stockbookie@gmail.com. And we have a chat room. I'm starting to do a chat room under stockbookie.com. We're trying to get some good traders in there. And if you're a good technical guy or a good fundamental guy, not that I'm doing fundamental guys, nothing against you, but it's still nice to stack the odds, with you when you're making a trade. And fundamentally, if a fundamental guy's going, yeah, ADP's a turd, and I'm going, yeah, double top, technically, that could be even a better trade for us too, with when push comes to shove. But no, we are short ADP up here in share size. So I'm not personally in the trade, but I did post it out there, and I think that's a good one. It is extended. It's starting to break down now. Not break down, but it's just basically if you put options on, they're killing you right now. But as long as we stay above the 20 MA, you possibly have higher prices. You have a gap here to fill. If you get below the 20 MA, which it looks like it's trying to, then that will possibly help us for lower prices to come. This is one of those guys you're going to wake up and it's going to be just falling. On earnings, I don't know when earnings are. I'm going to have to take a look at that. Again, a lot of these positions, I'm telling everyone to do half size positions. Don't get all crazy on me. If it does push up, you want to, be willing to add more, basically. I'm in at ADP. Perfect. And that even better than me. If you get, I'm looking for $5, $6, $7, and I'll be done. Maybe sell half and maybe let a quarter position run a little bit more, but we'll have to see how it goes. Let's see, ALK. Yeah, ALK, that one got me. We were short and it was pulling back, and I should have pulled half off, and I just held on, and then it popped up on us. I'm sticking with this one. If you look at the monthly chart, it's just getting a little bit stretched. You had a great run from 56 almost to 100. And the time will come for this one. Even on earnings, if it pops up, half positions, you can always add more just in case. I'm playing these out, guys, playing shorts for the last couple months, because eventually when the markets pull back in, I'm going to play it that way. To go long with stocks at all-time highs, and wow, Goldman's at 317 down now. I'm just keeping it. Twilio's fell back in. Sorry to get off the subject. I'm looking at X. X is holding on. Everything's holding on. Where's Amazon? Amazon did pull back below the 200 MA, but it's holding double bottom. It popped back up. But yeah, ALK, if you want to go short this one, I have no problem with this. So if that's what you're asking, Jonathan, I'm I'm good at price action guy. Yeah, all right. Well, hey, send me an email. I'll add you to the I'll add you to my list. I'm getting everything going on my website, guys. I'll have a chat room, stuff like that, where all you guys can talk, and I'll be in there as well. You know, eventually it'll all be private where no one can come to. We'll do like a go to meeting thing and stuff like that. If I ever take it a step further, it's a lot. Like I said, it's a lot of work, guys. And if you guys, you know, if you're following me, I own a printing company. I have a business as well. Today, I just did a bunch of stuff this morning with a couple clients. I have a couple hours until my next client shows up here around noon. So not that I'm going to do another 2 hours, but I'll do at least another little bit, maybe get through lunch. But there they go, guys. You know, and we were talking about the ES, you know, the future traders, SPY. What do you think they're doing right now? They're shaking them up, shaking them down, shaking them up. Everybody goes long here and then shake them out. And then, oh shit. And then they all shake out. Then it gets up and they chase it up here. Then I wouldn't doubt they shake it out again. But yeah, something was up here. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was Trump or, you know, maybe some news, but that's what they're doing right now, guys. They're just shaking up and down. Love all your help. No problem, Brian. Doing great this year so far. Short of NVIDIA 11. Took the cash. Awesome. Also long TLT and hold at 118 and holding. Just want to show my appreciation and support. Take the money and run, baby. You know it. That's why I put those little cachets, because then when people take the money and they make a profit, they think, oh, what? Wait a minute. Take the money and run. Yes, StockBookie style. You know, it's awesome. I love it. There's nothing better than putting people in a good position. And again, I'm human, guys. I'm not going to do if I was banging out trade after trade and making millions of dollars, I wouldn't be here. I'd be on my yacht trading with my satellite dish. You know, so yeah, I wish I could say I had winners, you know, over and over and over. But you know what? Right now, if you take right size positions, if you can handle some pain, you can and willing to hold, keep some capital on the line, do a little bit of scalping during the day, you know, and you know what? If you have a small account, then you got to stick to maybe trading the futures, maybe trading the SPX. I talked to Raj a little bit, maybe doing the SPX weekly, you know, weekly options where every day you take a bet on it, and by Wednesday you close them, by Friday you close them, and just, you know, small stuff. And that's why, you know, if you did sign up for my website, guys, go to the bio and tell me a little bit about yourself and how you trade. Do you buy puts? Do you write puts? Do you write calls? Do you buy calls? Do you do spreads? Do you do verticals? Or whatever? I'm learning more about options. I was always more shares, guys. I just buy shares and just do it. Whether I had a $30,000 account or $1,000,000 account, I was always in shares. Yeah, it sucked in the beginning. You know, if you have a $30,000 account, you're doing, you know, my thing is, guys, if you do a $10,000, say you have a $100,000 account, you could do 10 positions at 10 grand. If you make 5% on all those positions, it's $500. If you do 150 of those trades and 130 are winners and 20 are losers, you're making money, even with a small account. And at the end of the year, your account might be 50 grand. So the following year, you know, you bump it up to, you know, 12,000 or whatever. Or at the end of the year, you had 100,000, say you made 30,000 or 30%. Now you have a $130,000 account. Now you're doing $13,000 positions, 10 of them. If you want to do more positions, yeah, we'll be the option guy group. Yeah, thanks, Raj. Yeah, exactly. One day, Raj, one day. I'll get it. You know, I can read the charts and everything. Just got to put the right options out there to make the money. Like I said, I got my Thinkorswim account, my paper account. It's been working good. You know, still have to understand how I'm betting on the upside. You know, with is it a put call spread or what? Something. We'll talk more, Raj. You know that, bud. Let's see here. What the heck was I talking about now? Oh, I wanted to look at the TLT here for Brian. That's what I wanted to pull up. Yeah, the TLT, man, I think felt like a flipping brick. And, you know, we are catching a little bit of a bid down in here. And we had that area. That was where that, let's go back to the bigger time frame. ADP has earnings on 2/1. Yeah, you know, you're playing that earnings, going through the earnings, just making sure you're not loaded to the boat on that. You know, it could go up, it could go down, but after a good move like that, if you're sticking with it, make sure you can add a little bit more, you know, if it pops up. Because eventually, well, when the market's dumped, whenever that might be, hopefully soon, for my sake at least, we're all going to get paid. and we're right in that time frame. And I'll go to the SPY and I'll go over that and show everybody that one. Your chat is something like Discord. Oh, is it? I don't know. Is Discord something? I don't know what they do. Is that another room or something? Yeah, I've been doing this crap for a long time, guys. I love this stuff, and you can tell, and I love doing it on the fly too. It's like, all right, boom, TLT, like this. I mean, look at this. So it comes in, causes a trend line here to TLT, and shoot, I wish I should watch this one more. Look at that double top trend line. You can't ask. I mean, look at that. God, I wish I would have been in that trade. I mean, actually, we would have probably pulled $10 in that one, and I would have watched it go down. But you're into, if you're long the TLT, Brian, that's a tough one, man. Especially from down in here where you're down 118. Man, it needs to stay above the 200 moving average. As long as it stays above the 200, you could possibly get a little more upside. But man, if these markets fall apart, I think everything, I don't care what it is, it's all going down. Discord is an app. Okay, I didn't know that. Discord. I'm going to have to look that one up. Discord. You know what? Let me write that down. I like to see what other people are doing. My goal is, guys, to get a crap load of people in a trading room that pay minimum dollars a month, like $10 a month to have this, where anyone can pay it. But if I have 10,000 people in there, I'm making a crap load of money. I'm teaching a bunch of people. We're all having fun, and we're making a bunch of money. I use Discord every night with my buddies. Okay. Free voice chat service. Okay. I touched and bounced back. What the UAL, Raj? Yeah. Well, what time frame are we in, bud? UAL. Did it? Yeah, so see how, yeah, so as long as, hey, you know what, this is slightly inside bar UAL, as long as we stay below the 50 MA and stuff, you're doing okay on that. Yeah, just hold tight. Unfortunately, you want the markets to dump for this one to move lower, so that's what you're really looking for, and this is going on earnings, so honestly, they could sell it out the rest of the day, so just keep an eye on that one. But let's go back to the TLT real quick here. Let's see, so it pulls back, comes back into the 618 down here. We're fighting the 5-0 retrace right now on this one. That's the problem here. But it is, as long as this thing stays above the 200 moving average in this trend line, excuse me, guys, you're doing okay. You start getting into the 126 area, back into the 618, you're going to have to take something off here. You're inside this big breakdown bar. You got a lot of resistance, but you also hit this pivot. So just protect it now. You don't want this going against you. You have a couple bucks on the trade. For me, it's tough doing counter trends. I mean, there's a nice beat down, pretty good area. We did confirm below the 200, did pop back up. Let's see if we can, I'd like to see it close, excuse me, guys, above the, 122 area on a close. Then that would be confirmation above this area, and then maybe higher prices. But just what, babysit this one a little bit. Is free and is common. I don't know what that. I'll have to look at that one. Voice and chat service. I use this card. Free voice chat service. Touched and bounced back. This card is free and common. Wouldn't $1 or $5 a month still smoke out the trolls? Yeah, and yeah, we talked about that, Kenyon. Yeah, even you put something out there, you charge people, and then it keeps people out. I mean, it's been pretty good. We've experienced some teabaggers in here, just posting stuff after stuff, and I can't follow. I can't see what the hell's going on or anything. So. But we'll see. I think most of your rooms are probably around $50 to $300. So and for me, I can't come here for 7 hours for free. I mean, I make money trading stocks, but while I'm doing this, I'm not really keeping an eye. I mean, of course, I got stocks I'm keeping an eye on. But if I want to get in and out of stocks, I just love teaching people, guys. I love showing the charts. And at the end of the day, anything that you teach, or just like you go to college, you go to high school, you don't have to pay for it, but if you go to college, you get your MBA, you got to pay for that stuff. It's like being a doctor or a lawyer. You don't just all right, I'm going to be a lawyer today, let's do this. No, just like a trader. Bottom line, guys, everybody's a trader in the bull market. When the bull market ends and you start getting downside, everyone gets their asses handed to you. It's just the way it is. Just like and I'll show you here. I've been showing this chart a little bit more lately. You look at the SPY, and I can contest to that. I was a trader. I was a trader in 1998 and all that. I had my mutual funds. Oh my gosh, everything's great. Then I got smoked, and it was like, whoa, what the hell's going on? You mean you could short the markets and make money? No, no way. This is crazy. And then here everyone's like, oh, I'm a trader. I know everything. Oh my gosh, this is great. All you gotta do is buy anything, it goes up. And then they get smoked again, and they're like, whoa, what happened? What the hell do you think's gonna happen up here? I mean, people, do you really think we're going too much higher up here? I mean, this is QE1, QE2, QE3 to infinity. And now we're just chopping around on no volume, no participation. They're holding it up. We go straight up into, some key areas up here. We have a trend line, that it can't break through. We have the 230 even number. Then we have this little guy coming up as well. Until it breaks through here, I don't believe it's going anywhere, in my opinion. So this is one of the reasons why I don't go long a lot of crap. Even if Amazon pulls back 50 bucks, it's so hard to go long on that one, because if the markets start draining, it's going to go down another 150 bucks Amazon. And I don't want to be caught in the long, because that's when you're getting your ass kicked. so, yeah, but Kenyon, yeah, I don't think $1 or $5 would keep the trolls out. I mean, even if you pay 25 bucks a month, say $300 a year. I mean, $300 a year, people spend that at Starbucks in a month. So for that minimal amount, to get education to put you in good trades, I could, there's a couple times I could put you in 3 good trades a day, and you're making $300-400 bucks. So, to pay me, when I was taught guys, I paid guys $300. And I at first I was like, oh my gosh. But then as I started making money, it was like $300 a month. I pay $200, Kenny. I pay $200 a month just for my damn charts. So it's part of being a trader. They are. Everybody thinks they're a trader in a bull market. How easy are these markets? All you have to do is buy the dip. The problem is when you start getting your ass kicked, and all of a sudden, and I've done this before. You take this move, markets love symmetry. You take that move here, and you put it up against, it's pretty much the same move as in 2007. Same thing, symmetry's there. Put that move up here. What do you get? You're right back to the 200 MA, back to double top. Could we do that? Hell yeah. That's what I'm planning on. You start going 8 years in a bull run, it's we're getting long in the tooth, guys. And as a business owner, economy's not this good. No way in hell. And I talk to a lot of other business owners, guys. It's not that great. Some businesses are doing good. The only businesses doing good, like the Amazons, the Googles, the business that they don't create anything. So, oh yeah, look at GS. Dun, 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 dun. Right. All right, I'll shut up now. Let's go through some stocks. But anyways, yeah, that's my thoughts on this thing. It's coming, guys. And everyone who's loading up margin, this is going to be great. Oh my gosh, Kramer even says, and then next thing you know, lights get, the rug gets pulled out from underneath them and going straight down. GMO, we did trade this one before. Yeah, nothing to do here. Look at that. Gosh. Damn, it's still good. Damn. Oh, they must have had earnings. Holy crap, it's still going lower. Wow. Oh my gosh. Holy crap. Look at that. Well, guys, unbelievable. That thing's just getting smoked at this point. So, yeah, I would just leave it alone at this point. Let's see. We can look for areas. Damn. Wow. That just, wow. Well, I mean, if we take a big fib from here to here, let's see what that does. 618's coming up, but I mean, if you want to take a stab at this thing, I would wait for about 28 bucks, maybe, because I'd like to see it pierce through 30 through the 618, but then you're contending with the 750. You have a gap filled down here around 22, and you got pivots around here at 21. So you get falls like this, guys, you'd probably expect lower prices to come. So the markets sell around 20 bucks. Guys, when these markets pull back and we find good support, there are going to be epic longs in these markets, and there's going to be epic shorts in these markets. Right now, I'm short because the markets pull back. We're going to cherry pick these 70 trades I have out on Twitter, where they're all going to be flipping winners. I don't care if I have to hold on to them for another month or so, but they're all going to be winners. And then, you know, when this thing hits support, we're going to buy long and then ride these things out too for as long as we can. But here, you got a trend line here too. That's going to have a little bit of support. So if it does crack down, you can maybe start to nibble at 26.64, but you see, have the gap fill here. You got pivots there. Yeah, just let it keep doing what it needs to do. this is crazy, GMO. I think we had this for a trade at one point. I think this was one of them, right? I don't even know. There's so many trades I take. I don't even know. Let's see here. Very quotable statement. Yeah, exactly. Everyone thinks they're a trader in a bull market. Well, everyone is. And then next thing you know, they're getting their ass handed to them. CCJ. Yeah, damn, another one. I bet you there's got to be a pivot or something here. Let's see. Yeah, look at that. God dang. Could have went up a little higher, but look at that. There's your pivot right there, right to it. And I guarantee someone was upgrading it, telling everyone to go long and this and that. But then no one realizes that, gosh, we're in the double top here. Yeah, nothing to do here. Let it come. There's no pattern. Coming straight down maybe on earnings or something. Leave that one alone. Bad news last night. I have 2 marks. Yeah, damn. Yeah, but look what happened though. Right in the double top, bud. You got to watch that. You should have been out right when it hit that. Boom, done. But yeah, that's a tough one. Yeah, I'd expect lower prices, especially if the marks, you know, I don't know what news came out or whatever, but yeah, just not good. Double top, that was it for that one. You know, it runs from 750 to 1350. God. You know, and the longs think that it's like dry ships, guys. You buy that thing at 4 and it's at 100 and you're not selling it, you deserve to get your butt kicked. For this, yeah, I'll look on that one. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really like following any other people because I have my opinion and I stick with it, you know. Right, GS, yeah, let's look at GS real quick. You know, I mean, I do have other friends that trade and stuff, so we help each other out with shorts and stuff. Yeah, look at that. Here it comes, guys. Here it comes. I mean, honestly, it's not bad. We still have, if you look at intraday, it's look at double bottom here. Boom, right there. So you got double bottom. It's coming in right here. So let's see if it can stay below it. What do we have? We have 2 minutes left of this candle. Let's see if it closes below and confirms underneath this thing, or do we pop back up, have a little bottoming tail, and it starts to go. Light volume, or volume sucks on this thing. See how it's light and it's still selling on a light volume? No participation here other than sellers. So it's slowly just bleeding, because they got everybody in on here. Oh, they had great earnings. Oh, I'm hopping in. This is going to be great. And all of a sudden, slap in the face. And look at, I mean, that's 2 days, guys, or 3 days ago, this was a $248 stock, and now it's $231. Like the staircase up, brother, elevator down. So, all right, let's see. Yeah, that thing's coming in real nice. Screaming from this rooftop for a while now. KMX, yeah, that's the one. You got it. We looked at that one too. Short that damn thing. You got it. Yeah, this we were talking about the $69 level on this one. That was I think it was oh no, there you go. We've been trying to wait patiently for this one. I like these pivots here, 68. And then on earnings, if this thing pops up, you got to short KMX. Period. I don't care. And hold on to this one. Yeah, this is one like Drive Time or whatever the hell, these car dealership things where they finance their own crap. Yeah, these are the ones that are going to be major problems. KMX, and there was a couple other ones too. So just beware of these. Yeah, it just never made. Look at that. Yeah, I had this one on the watch for at least like $70, and we'll see. As long as it's holding the 20 MA, we'll see if it has higher prices. Buy 500 shares of GMO and straddle it and put call. High premium will reduce your cost basis. Be sure if you want to own it. The GMO shares on GMO. Is that another one of the turds? Yeah, this is at 36,000 shares traded today. I can't touch stocks like this. You could play it. Yeah, you could play it as an option. Yeah, if you want to do it that way, you got it. Thanks, John, out of M for double cash and GS for 20%. Both short positions, still short X, taking a break. Yeah, X is a tough one right now. Like I said, we covered that one. If it goes back to 36, 37, I'm going to short that one again. Other bears on YouTube, either bearish or silent. So I think we've seen a market top and lower prices coming. Yeah, Jack. Hey, what's up, Jack? How's it going, bud? Yeah, again, we're in light volume markets. Look, we have 24 million on the shares on the SPY guys at 12:30. We might do 50 million. How do you fight that? And I think everyone was saying what Yellen speaks today, which I'm pretty sure she does. Yeah, banks crack. Not really done, but they are pulling back. But look at all the bank stocks, though. They all ran. They're all ridiculous. And then they're like, Kramer, you got to buy JPM up here. Are you shitting me, Kramer? I mean, really? After a run from July, $57 to 90, and you're telling people to get in? Crap. Long as being a short C, shit. Yeah, we covered our C trade today. You can hold on to it. We got a couple bucks out of it and done. Long HSBC. HSBC. Yeah, I mean, if you're long from 39, it's at 41. Shoot, it gets the gap fill or a double top here, you got to exit. That's how I would play it, at least. I don't know where you got in at. I mean, if you got in down here and you're not selling that, damn. I'd be done. I'd be done actually when it started going to the 200 moving average. You know how I am. Oh, Gemo. Sorry, my Gemo. What are you looking to do? Hold on, let's go back. I gotta look back. That's on Gemo. Yeah, nothing on that one. GIMO. Yeah, that one's getting smoked. God, I might have had a trade on this one before. I gotta look. I think what? No, that was Twilio. that was Twilio. But Gemo, I think we were looking at this one too. I think I was in and out of this trade. Hold on here. Yeah. Oh yeah, we did that one. That one we shorted at. Well, we started entering at 56.20. Then we did some more at 56.35, and then 59.71, and then we took half off. Actually, we did it a couple times. So yeah, I got it. So we went short at 56.20. We added a little more at 56.35. We covered half at 53. And then we added more at 59.71. We covered it again at 54.50. We covered it at 52.60. Yeah, we covered it when it was falling right there. And then we shut it down on 12/1. Yeah, on December 1st at 51.10. So yeah, so if you look at this, guys, this is what we did on GMO. On 10/28, we added, and then 11/8, we added at 56.20, then we covered half of 53. We started adding again at 56.35, 59.71, and then 59.71, then we took half off at 54.50. This is the same day. It looks like, yeah, the 30th, we did 54.50, 52.60, then we took the rest off at 51.10. So then we were done. That's it. Okay, we're not looking for huge gainers. That's still over a 5% gain, and we're done. So this is something everyone's going to have eventually. I'm just working on what the best way to put it out there. And I don't want everyone sharing this shit with everybody else and other places and stuff like that, So let's see here. Yeah, so this, God, look at that. We covered it here, and man, sometimes I like to hold a quarter position and just let it run, and oh my gosh, that would have been epic. But oh well, maybe someone held it. Who knows? Oh, let's see here. Everything is short on you. Yeah, right. Oh, exactly. Well, that's what I've been doing for the last couple months. I'm adding shorts. I'm adding to the high flyers. I can't go long in these markets, guys. You know what? The funny thing is, I did the same shit back in before the flash crash in 2015 when we were down 1,000 points. For like 2 months, I added a shitload of shorts. And you know what, guys? When we were 1,000 down, I went back on my Twitter site and everything's gone. I couldn't, whoever was following me on Twitter, I couldn't even type and cover positions fast enough. It was ridiculous. At the end of the day, I went through my Twitter account and just said, cover this, cover that, cover this, cover this, cover that, cover this, cover that. And it was just like, oh my gosh. But it was payday. And that's what I'm kind of setting myself up for again, is another payday like that. But in the meantime, I'll still keep taking trades. And if I'm in, if you're in 20 of the 70 trades, as soon as you pull one off, find one we're out of the money on, hop into it and just keep doing it. You got to keep trading, guys. That's what we're doing here. we're traders. 30 HC 39ish area. Let's see. All right, so you're okay on this one. I mean, 39ish area. You're up $3 on that. That's a pretty good trade. You know, if you want to tighten that stop and see if you get the, let's see if we could get through gap window and gap fill. If it can, you're probably going to go to 43, and at 43, I would have to say thank you very much for this one, because if the market's dump, it's all going, guys. GDX and the other junior GDX think we'll tag the 200-day MA. GDX I don't really play, but I play the GLD. Yeah, I'm thinking we're going up. We're basing here. We're above the MAs on this chart at least. The GLD got above. What is the GLD doing today? Down 22 cents. So, I mean, it's basing here pretty nice. You are above. We got the golden cross, guys. It's going to go higher. But yeah, I mean, typically it does cross. You will get, a nice push up, but you got a pretty nice consolidation. You popped up, you got some nice consolidation. I'm thinking easily this, and I'm thinking possibly 25.70 up in here. If it starts getting into here, then you got to start thinking about possibly taking some off the table. But the market start dumping, this could move down or up, for a safety trade. So, that's where I'm at this point. I'm in the money on my GLD trade. We get another couple bucks, I'll probably just be out and take my 4 or 5% and say thank you very much, and possibly do it again. I don't care. I'll go back to it again and do it again. Doesn't matter to me. Yeah, no, Brian, I was long the SCO and the dollar, which the SCO is the inverse to the oil, which is a short. And then I was long the dollar for a while. I was married to that one. And of course, I sold early, made a good profit on it. But of course, I ran another buck, and it was like, damn. Short are a lot of fun, but sometimes going long can be. Oh yeah, I just can't go long. I'm telling you, I will go long on the spot. You know what? When we traded the SPY and everything, and I still traded with a couple guys. On these falls, we were long, guys. When this thing took a huge crap here, I covered all my shorts. I went long here. Came back down, retraced. We went long again. We're not catching this whole move, but we're catching moves. As it came back up into here, I mean, how can you not short this thing again? I mean, look at this. It goes right into it. How do you not short again? So we're short again, comes back in, short again, boom, comes back down. We don't catch the whole move. And then it comes back to double bottom, we're long again. Goes up, we take a little profit. We weren't short here, comes back in, comes to double bottom, we're long again. We're out by here. We take our, $10 on the spine, we're done. Of course, it rallies for another 5 months, which we should have just held. But then look, it comes right back in. Look where you can't make this shit up. It comes right back into that trend line. Let me get that in there a little better. I don't know why this, look at that. Look at that trend line though. How do you not short the markets again? It goes right in there, you short it again. And this one, then we just kind of left it alone. Then it's just choppy action or whatever. But that's what you got to do in these markets. You got to try to catch. I don't care, long or short, but there'll be a time to go long. And the time to go long, this thing comes back in, maybe down here at this trend line, the 200 moving average. I mean, you got a gap fill down here as well. We'll be looking for spots, believe me. But I'm not going to hold this. This thing starts pulling back, I'm going to take my profits and then out. And I'll turn it and go long. I don't care. I just got to find the right spot. When a market, when you get moves, you can see this better on the monthly. But you get moves like this straight up, and then you get a little stall out, and then you get a push up on no volume. You got to watch out for markets like that. I mean, we were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 months up. We're due, guys. And we're right in that time frame. The symmetry of the markets, that's just the way it is. It's just a cycle. V settling in a little bit today with short from 82 to 83. V, yeah, this is another one. It goes down $5, straight up $5, down $5, straight up $5. It's like, what the hell's going on here? That's just telling me people are just shaking them. Look at this thing. You could crash and then retrace, and right here you would have shorted. I think that was a 618 or 750. Right back down, straight up, comes back in, bull or bearish pattern. All of a sudden, pop goes the weasel, straight back up again. It's like, holy crap! But this is one too that just keeps on giving. Short this thing until it gets above 84, then get out. But every time it gets back in the 82, 83, 84, short it. Sure, you know how it is. Short it. So, but it's crazy. It looks like Goldman's catching a little bit of a bid. It's trying, it's 261 down. Price line though, $10 down now. That thing's still going lower. Did it even? Yeah. So it kind of stalled out around here. But look at that, it came right into this area, pulled back, but now we're into this other trend line, which is a little bit of support. It still goes through price, so it's not the best, but you're in the 5-0 retrace, and you're into a little bit of support down here. So does it bounce with the markets on the light volume through the the lunchtime hour, the magic hour, everything just seems to float up every day at lunch. It's amazing. God, USO still going. So I guess that news didn't pan out. Gee, look at that. I mean, I've never seen this in the USO. Look at this. It goes boom, 16, 17 cents, then straight back down. It's like, but I'm happy. I'm in the SCO. Let it rip, baby. The SCO did a 2-to-1 split, so it split it down to in the 30s now because my average price is like 67 or whatever it is. Now I'm down a little bit lower, but hey, man, if this thing gets to $40, for it, it's going to go, they're looking at the SCO. This is why I'm looking. It needs to get above the 35, and then I think we're going to 37. Might chisel some off here. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But I'd really like to see it, go hitting back to the 40. I hate when this stuff does a split, though. We still have a gap fill. We still have a lot of stuff. But ultimately, I still think the SEO is going to at least 43. And then honestly, I think it's going to 50. I don't think I'll be sticking around for that much, but I'll take my profit and say thank you very much. See you later. Look at the float on Tesla at lunch. Where's Tesla? Yeah, same crap. But you know what? That wouldn't have been a bad of a trade. Hit the gap fill right here. Here was gap fill right there. Look at that, almost to the penny. Boom, takes off. Now let's see on the 60-minute. Was there any moving averages or anything? Yeah, look at that. 60-minute almost had the 20 MA. I would have waited for a little bit lower. Is there an even number involved or anything? No. I would have loved the double bottom down here, but never made it. But but gap fill, options X. A lot of stuff doesn't make its leverage. That's true. Never forgot about that. It's options X, guys. So, they're just making stuff go up and down and shaking people sideways and whatever else they're doing. Let's see. Check out ZYNE. ZYNE. They had some news or something today. Let's see. Check out ZYNE. Biotech company specializes in medical Mary Jane. They have a CBD gel patch and have several FDA approvals for 2007. I'm long from 14, trying not to be greedy. Wow, man. Yeah, you are being greedy. You're going to be slapped. Long for 14. Take something off the table. Anything. Let it come back down. But, I'm going to write that down. Yeah, because a couple of these medical marijuana things, they are going to fly. But I'm trying to wait patiently for the markets to have a real nice pullback. Then I'll probably hop into some of these. But eventually, these will skyrocket. And they already are. So let's see, monthly. Yeah, so monthly. Yeah, see how you came to double top here? Yeah. All right, so you got double top. Let's look through this chart real quick. You got double top. See on the fib now. Yeah, you're into the 618. This could, I mean, it still could go up. Don't get me wrong, with news and stuff. But I took half off, 100 off. Okay, all right. There you go, baby. Not exposed to the industry. Haha, I took 100 off. Yeah, yeah, that was a great trade, Jeff. Definitely. But yeah, you're into good resistance. Let it pull back. Let it pull back to maybe $15, or maybe it goes right back to 12 and do it again. Never. I mean, just like, gosh, and I just laugh. And I was saying, man, the day when Dries was up, I was telling everyone, take it off the table, take it on. They're all like, F you, bookie, you don't know what you're talking about. This thing's going. But I pulled up the chart. Look what this did. 200 MA, 618, even number of 100. I mean, I know it went up after, the next day when they freaking when they halted it. That was epic. Gap window. Now I was telling everybody, maybe 141 gap fill hits this number. You gotta take something out, please. Anything. You go back to my post, you can see it. And then the big kick in the ass was the excuse me, guys. It's that medical marijuana. And then on the 60-minute or on the weekly chart, guys, 50 MA. Look at that. You can't ask for a better tag than that. So you had the 50 MA, the 618. On the daily, you had the 100 even number, the 200 moving average now, and it was like 50, 70. It was like takes them off, resistance, resistance. You're an idiot, you're an idiot. And then they halted it, and then it was lights out. Oh my gosh, it's at $1.48. Oh my gosh. But it's dry ships. They told us 300 on CNBC. That's how I was seeing posts. There's like, a guy just upgraded dry ships to 340. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be great. Yeah, while he was upgrading, he was selling in your face. Oh my gosh, I didn't even see this dry. I got to post something on StockTwits, guys. Hold on. It's dries. Going to zero. I'm sorry, guys. I got to laugh sometimes, going to zero. Yeah, I could do a quick post like that. We'll do a quick one like that. But how do you chase this thing? Then everyone see a lure. Oh my gosh, it's only $2. I got to get in it. Or it's only $5. And then it's $4. And I better buy more. Then it's $3. Then it's $1. Oh my gosh, I don't have any money left. I'm getting margin calls. Damn, $1.49. Holy crap. I'm so glad I got in touch. Haven't touched Twilio yet. The stock is at, yeah, exactly. That was epic. That was another one we shorted. Everyone laughed at me. Oh, you're an idiot. It's Twilio. They're in China. They got 42 billion people and blah. I'm like, okay, great. You know what? It's in the double top. It has a topping tail until it closes and confirms. This thing's going lower. And lights out. And that was another one. We talked about the gap right here. There was a gap right here, and it was like, oh my gosh, it might even fill this gap at 30, and it filled it. And look at that. It's set. This wasn't bad down in here for slight, still inside bar, but you went up slightly bullish here. But again, they have earnings coming up. It could pop up, blah blah blah. But yeah, gosh. And then we talked about this gap fill for a long time. 27, 29. It's gonna fill the gap. Gonna fill the gap. And then when they popped it up here, I get the emails. Hey, Bookie, you're an idiot. This thing's going higher. Told you so. And then it's like, brrr. Then they pop it up here. Hey, Bookie, I told you it's going higher again. And then it goes lower. And it's like, all right, dude. Till it goes to 23.77, maybe $20. That's where I'll be going long on Twilio. If it goes up, it's going up without me, guys. Sorry. But yeah, what a crank job on this one. Acacia too. This was another one. StockTwits. Everyone was so bullish. It's Acacia. It's going to 150. They just upgraded it. So when they upgraded it, they had earnings right here. They freaking popped it above the head and shoulder top. They got everybody on board, and then they freaking dumped it. My target from the head and shoulder was 75.25, right to it. And I was like, man, this thing might go to gap fill. Went to gap fill. We had a trend line here. Guess what, guys? Broke the trend line, going lower. It almost looks like Twilio. And then, you got a gap here. I still think we're going 45. And honestly, you have a gap fill here right at $32, or no, 30, around $35. So be careful with that one, Acacia too, yeah. Yeah, Brian, we talked about Twilio. And Twilio was that one day, I remember when I think I did a live chat and everyone was like, it's back above here. And I was like, yeah, but I want to see confirmation. I want to see more of a pattern. Let's see if this thing plays out. A lot of times they'll pop it up on an oversold condition. See, but a lot of technical guys are buying at gap fill. They ride it for $5, $6 and they're done. So all the technical guys, they start selling. There's really no buyers left. And the only reason this thing popped, everyone who shorted it, they were covering at gap fill. And then the technical guys were buying at gap fill. So as the technical guys bought down in here, they were chiseling it off. Then as it popped above here, everyone got bullish. Oh, it closed above the 20 MA. That means it's bullish. No, it needs confirmation. And even on confirmation on an oversold condition doesn't mean it can't come right back down. And it did. And look, it came back, retested the gap fill, got below. They're shaking people out at this point. Then I don't know, pop goes to weasel. Maybe we had an up day on the markets, but they did it again. They got everyone on board. But now that gives us a better area for a trend line, to see if it pops through, maybe a trend line breakout. If we break above the trend line and go, then maybe. But again, Twilio will have earnings and stuff like that. So, yeah, exactly. NTNX, yeah, let's look at that one. NT or TNX, same thing. Yeah, same crap. They come in. Yeah, we looked at this one. Look, they retrace it 50%, then they bring it right back down. Now you have a trend line down here, and that's like the line in sand. If that breaks, we're going probably right back to double bottom. And then if you want to, you could probably put this one up here and take this trend line and, cross it over here. And I mean, look at that. I mean, it goes right back into this line here. And then, can't make it above and we come back down. I mean, that's a pretty down sloping trend line, but you got to be aware of it. you know, and then, you know, we know it went to the 5-0 retrace here. Let's take that off. You know, and if you want to do smaller time frames, you know, you go up here and look at that. So comes back in, makes this dip here, you know, hits the 750 retrace, never confirms below, gets back up, tries to attack the moving averages, doesn't get back, comes back and finally gets above, gets some more people on board. It's only trading 76, you know, 763,000 a day, so it's not a lot. Now it's holding on for dear life with the MAs here. If it gets below the MAs, we're probably going here, and if this line cracks, we're going lower. If it gets above this line here, though, it could possibly move higher. They tried 618s here as well. But, you know, just looking at, you know, from a technical point of view, there's not a lot on here. This thing just looked like it a new issue back in October 2016, is it? So you got to look at that as well. So, you know, that's something, you know, same crap. They get everyone in, everyone upgrades it, then they slap them in the face, starts moving up, they upgrade it, then they slap them. It's like the same story. It's like the same bad story over and over, guys. And then they just sit there and tell everybody, oh, everything's so great, you know, just we promise everything's going to be good. You know, so you got to be careful with these stocks, and especially the retraces on a stock that's kind of a turd. You know, so let's see here, what else. On Tesla, yeah, right, exactly. Now I'm looking at some emails, guys. So let's see, hold on here. So let's go back to the SPY here. Let's hold on here. I do want to long Twilio because I believe in what they're doing, listening to your advice, however, and not entering. Yeah, you know, wait for these markets to get one good pullback with the SPY and everything. That thing comes to 23, 20 bucks. Definitely you could do something then. Just wait, guys, because when this it's going to be over, and when it's over, man, when time's up, it's up. It doesn't matter. The markets are going down. And that's it. So again, if you're in the SPY with me from 5 hours earlier, you know, we are coming down a little bit more. We are getting into the Yellen speech. So I think if this thing kind of goes down a little bit more, I'm just going to exit and take my my entry price. Where was it? I'm in on I believe it was this candle here when we pushed up and under here. Hold on, let me see. I'm in at 226.54. So I'm up almost 25 cents. I don't have a huge position. That's why it's like, all right, whatever, you know. I mean, the thing would have to go up $5 for me to really get murdered. So I'm not really too, you know, it's like whatever. But if we get down to the blue line here, I'll take off half at 226.15. And then we'll go from there. Yeah, this sucks. See, people buy the ES and then they get shaked out, and then they bring it back in. They go short again, and they bring it back up again. This is just typical options. Actually, whipsaw Wednesday, guys. Typical options action. That's why it's like almost, you know, take my 30 cents and see you later. You know, and that's it. Take my couple $100 and sorry, John, got to drop for now. Be back later. Thanks as always. All right, Raj, have a good night, buddy. We'll talk. We'll chat, man. You know that. I got to look at my TOS account and see what's going on. I don't even have it up. I don't even know what positions I'm in anymore. But I really haven't done it. We got to talk about the playing the bull side, you know, with betting on it closing up above on the SPX. So we'll talk about that. All right, Raj, have a good day, buddy. All right, guys, anything else you want me to look at? Looks like ExxonMobil's pulling back a little bit more. Looks like that oil trade just isn't happening. But ExxonMobil, guys, you know what? I'm looking for areas to be a buyer on this. We do have a short position on this one as well. Of course, we have a short position, I think, on everything, guys. You know, still looking for area. I would love, man, if the markets do come in, I'd love this area here around 68 bucks. I don't know if it will ever make it there, but you know, even around 82, excuse me. 82 is not bad. I would probably wait for a pierce of 80, you know, for a long. Let's see how this thing drops into price. You know, with my area. Let's see the daily. You know, I just want to show you a little bit more on the daily. You know, you do have some pivots back here. You have, you know, they have the old gap fill from there. You do have some gap fills here as well. But, you know, if this thing's setting up, I mean, it's setting up in a bullish or a bearish manner. You're under the moving averages. And if this thing starts to rumble, you know, we should definitely make into the 82 area. I still like it around this, you know, this pivot here from the 79.84 for a long, but you know, we're going to have to see how the markets are reacting. If the markets are tanking, then this will be off the table for a long. Then we'll be looking for lower prices. So lunchtime. Have a good day, everyone. All right, Brian, have a good one, buddy. Hey, what's up, Evie? How's it going? Grub. Let's see. Grub. Are you long or short on this one, or are you looking to get into a position? Let's look at the weekly. Man. But anyways, all right. Oh, long. All right. If you're long there, what price are you? Are you in maybe from down in here? Hopefully, I hope you got it from down in here at 18. That'd be beautiful. If you're long in this thing and in the money, short term, if you put a fib from here to the top, I mean, it went from 34 to 39. It's not bad. You're into the 50M or 50% retrace. You're above the moving average here. This is the weekly though, but the weekly pattern here is a bigger bearish pattern on here. So, if you're long and you're in the money, maybe from 35 or even 34, or, God bless you if you're in here from 20. If you're in here from 20, start taking some profits here. But but it's not bad. You got to get above the 20 MA on the weekly. But let's go to the daily, a little more short term. Short term, they popped it up. You're still into these areas, but overall, it's still a bearish pattern. You went down sideways. You're kind of in a channel. It looks like it's starting to break out of the channel, but until you get a clear breakout above, above the say 39, 38 area, you got to why. If it does not get above 40 and start marching, maybe to this green line at 40.79. Then 42.09, and then you have a gap fill up here too. You could put this up here, just to have a line in there as well. If it does make it back up into the 42, 50, 42, 44 area, I'd probably start taking some off the table, especially, if you were in from, a while back, down in here or something, damn, I'd be just getting the hell out of it. So, and just wait for lower prices. If that, like I said, everything's going to be a market trade, guys. If the SPY starts to dump, all these stocks are going lower. I don't care. And for the market going up, I showed you the chart on the SPY. I don't know how much more upside it has. If we're at the SPY at 226, I mean, maybe to 230, 4 points up. So it's like, to take a chance. And with the earnings coming up on everything, I'm just hoping everything pops. All right, guys, the SPY's coming back in now. I'm thinking to buy it. Oh yeah, no, don't do anything with this thing yet. This is a bearish consolidation here. You are starting to break out of it, but even if it goes up, you're going to have some turbulence up in this area, a couple bucks. So it's not really for a long. I don't think it's really worth the time. I mean, on earnings, it could pop up if you're playing earnings, but for me, I wouldn't. You're channeling up until you start getting up, and even if it gets up, you have the gap fill, gap window, double top up here. How much higher, you might get a couple bucks out of it. That's what I was saying. If you're in from 34, it goes to 42 or so, then exit, something like that. But but yeah, just better stuff to buy out there, to be honest. There's going to be a time when we go long, just not now. You don't want to be stuck and then the SPY. I mean, look at this run up. You went straight down. This is a weak pattern right here to me. And if we do go up, I don't think it has a lot left in it. Long term, maybe. I'm not a long term trader, so I can't say. Then you got this big trend line too coming up too, so that's going to be major resistance as well. So if you're willing to risk from 40 bucks to 43, maybe, but I think there's some, for short term. I think there's better trade. You don't want to wake up and next thing you know, it's plowing. Check on earnings too. Yeah, I mean, not that bad at chasing, but yeah, I mean, this would have been the time when you were, when you were bouncing around, going up and down, because then you would have caught the bot, but still, this is a bearish pattern. I mean, you are trying to claw your way back up the 20 MA, but when it came back in, bounced up, then came back in, this would have been the time to buy it, and then this would have been the time to get the hell out. So just be careful with these. You want to get pattern, you got the pattern, you got a lot of stuff against you. You got, you just, other than earnings, I don't think you're going to see a lot of upside on this. You got this big red bar here that's huge resistance, just stuff like that. Yeah, earnings on, I mean, you got earnings in 2 weeks or whatever. I mean, it's a gamble. You know, but you don't want to get stuck in grub, and next thing you know, it's a freaking $22 stock and it's tanking. And then you could have been like, damn, I could have bought down here. You want to go long on grub? There's your area right down in here, around 20 bucks, 18 bucks. Even this pivot's not too bad, 22 if it gets down there. Other than that, you know, it had a hell of a run since 2016. Yeah, it's a little bit of chasing, or better yet, you know, earnings. It comes crashing down. You love it that much, then get into it. But yeah, there's just better stuff out there to trade. So, in my opinion, I mean, if you have to do it, do it. All right, hold on, guys. Hold on here. Let's go to X real quick. X is going up into that area. But Janet's speaking, so gosh, who knows? Yeah, look at that, right into that area. Damn. He's coming off a good little consolidation base of a bullish pattern above the 200 MA or 200 MA intraday. But we just kissed the 618 and double top back here. I can't. I'm not touching it, guys. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It's tough to short. I'm in the SPY short. I'm in a bunch of trades short. So, gosh, that's a good area too. I just don't like the fact that it had a little bit of a base here. Now it's popping. Maybe let you know what? We'll see if it plays out. Yeah, no problem, Evie. We'll see if this. I'm not taking this trade. If it does pop up, this will be the area I'm taking. 35.22. It's got news coming on. Unless the market sells, and this will pull back. But this is a good area, guy, for a short. In a normal market in the morning, I'd definitely be all over this trade. But with the bullish consolidation, I would steer. You want to see a move right up into there. You don't want to see bullish consolidation and then a pop up. Then you'd probably expect a little bit higher prices. So at this point, I'd be waiting for the 30. It's a gap fill in the 200 MA. It makes it. Someone keep. Well, actually, I got this one on watch. So if this thing makes it to the 35 area, I'll be taking this one a short. This will be an intraday boom, get in and get out. But this thing moves back up to 37 area. I'll be doing another short. Rinse and repeat, guys. That's what we're doing here. Daily chart just to show you. Yeah, if it gets back up in here, fills the gap at 35. My original entry was right around 35, 22, I think it was. But then when it popped up back here, we added more, pulled back, we took it off. We were still in at 35.22. Then when it pulled back here, we covered the rest of it. All right, SPY's coming in again, guys. If you're short with me, get ready. Because we're still trying to hold the 200 or the 20 MA on the daily. That's what's holding this pig up right now. See how it's kissing the 20 and that's at 225.94. If it bounces back to 225.94, we're gonna take. I'm just gonna take it, and get the hell out. Take my 50 cents or so and say thank you very much. But again, we're fighting tooth and nail here. We just went to the top of the hour. It's looking a little bit weak. We're holding the double bottoms here. We'll see what happens. Anyone else now with some any other symbols you want me to look at? Swing trades, intraday action. Goldman's getting a little bit of a bounce. They expect that. We're right into the noon hour. It won't be any different, guys. Always the same crap with these people. I guess if I had trillions of dollars or billions of dollars in leverage, I'd be screwing with everybody too. I'm like, all right, everyone's buying Tesla, short it, and just pound everybody. That would be fun. But yeah, ExxonMobil's coming in pretty good. USO's down 24 cents now. Gosh, that's just unbelievable. Unbelievable how the news is driving these charts now. And it's like, Iran signed the deal. Oh no, Iran didn't sign the deal. Oh, Putin did it this time. Iraq did it this time. And it's just like boom, 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 up and down, up and down. It's pretty crazy. Crazy action in some of these stocks. All right, so let's look at Amazon again intraday. We talked about that 200 moving average. So what it did, so it held, came through, popped it back up, went back through, double bottom, trying to hold. Light volume kicks in, so that they're just they're whipsawing this thing up and down. So people are buying maybe some puts here, whatever, betting or buying puts here, then they bring it back up, then they bring it back down, or however you would play this thing with options. That the futures are a little bit different on the ES and stuff like that. But let's see, anything else? You know what? We didn't look at Facebook. Let's look at Facebook here. Facebook had, like all of them, all of the high flyers, guy. They're all. Looks like they're all running up in their earnings, and then they're just stalling out, getting everybody back in. You did have a gap fill up here. Actually, look at this. So you have a gap fill here, which is great resistance, and look what happens. They gap it above it. It goes right to the 750 retrace. Everything's overshooting, guys, or they'll gap it above so they don't have to deal with the resistance. So there's a lot of sellers right here at gap fill. So instead, you know what? They pop it up above them, goes up for a day. Everybody gets in. I'm sure they somebody upgraded Facebook or something or talked about them. Oh, they're the next, you know, they're the next Apple. It's Facebook, you know, blah, blah, blah. But now we're holding on to the gap fill. It did come back down. We bounced up slightly. Keep an eye on this one, guys. See if we come right back in, or do we consolidate into earnings and then possibly the pop up. What else can we look at here? Amazon. We could look at Google. Google, same thing, running up right in the earnings. You know, had a nice boom, came back in again, right back in the double top up into this area. So we have big resistance on Google. Let's go back a little further here. Yeah, so you're running into this, you know, if I took you're a little bit over the 750 retrace, this double top here we're holding on to, but again, let's run up everything in the earnings. Netflix, that's another one. They ran up in the earnings. It's pretty nuts, but Netflix, they have earnings today, so 50-50 shot. It is holding on to double top trend line here. Nothing wrong with this one other than earnings. 50-50, guys, could go up, could go down. Just don't be caught on the wrong side. And if you are on the wrong side, make sure you don't go all in. If you're all in as 1,000 shares with Netflix, do it with 100, 150 on earnings. You know, this thing will pull back 10, 20 bucks, or it will go up 20 bucks. You know, 150 shares isn't that painful if you get a, you know, $20, $30 move. It's painful, but not that bad. Excuse me, guys. Let's see, what else can we look at? Anything else? Well, the IBB, that was one. You know, we did, let's look at that one here. So the IBB, again, look at that, right back up to the trend line. And we've been talking, gosh, this is another one we traded 52 times. I mean, how can you not trade this stuff? It goes up, double, you know, pivots, comes down, goes up, goes down, comes right back up into this high pivot. And then this was the best right here. We shorted, this was our last short in here. We're still in a quarter position. It's coming back in a little bit. We covered right down, I think we covered right around 265 or so. I mean, I guess I could pull that thing up, but we're in a quarter position still, and it's coming right back down. But I mean, look at this. So it goes up, lower high, and now it's coming right back down. It's like every time it gets up in here, they all talk about the IBB is ready to break out. This is going to be great. So you got to watch out for that as well. And gosh, this is a great one too. How many times can you short and go long on this one? I mean, literally goes up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. You could have went short and covered. You can't ask for anything else. OAS. These are all energy. OAS. Yeah, it's almost over for this one. Let's see. Yeah. See all this resistance right here where it was consolidating, and then it broke down? That's going to be resistance right in here. You know, I would have loved to see double top up in this area, but, you know, made it $17 even number. There might even be like a little gap fill in there too, a little high pivot. But, and then basically what's happening with this one, you know, if you can't get over this possibly, you know, I guess you could do like this. If you can't break out through that trend line, then you're probably just going to go lower prices. You are at the 50 MA, so you can actually catch a, gosh darn it. Let's see the SPY here, guys. This is the stuff I can't take. Gosh, unbelievable. Yeah, that's for real. Gosh, that's real action. OAS, yeah, you have some support here at the 50 MA, but honestly, you know, you have a window here, and you have a gap fill down here, and you have double bottom in the 200 MA here. So, you know, it's really nothing wrong yet. If it gets below the 50, then I'd expect lower prices to come. You're going to have good support right here around the 1350 area. So that's something to look at. But yeah, you know, on this retrace, that's when you would have been shorting it. Came in, you know, right here would have been another chance to short it, and then it's slowly bleeding. But if you're long this one, you need to get above the trend line and start shooting for double top again. If you're short, just ride it, see how this thing reacts. If it sets up in a sideways manner, then you're probably expecting lower prices on this one. Let's see, SLB. Yeah, Yeah, I haven't looked at this one in a while. Yeah, SLB, it's fighting these stops there. So, let's look at the monthly real quick here. Yeah, so you still, wow, look at that. Jeez. You have some double tops here in the monthly. You have this. It could move higher with energy. That's what everyone's expecting with the, you have the 5-0. If you're long, you can't go long. It's already made a move from 60 bucks to 87. Um, gosh, I don't know when earnings are, so you got to watch for that as well. Daily chart though, let's see. Yeah, daily chart not bad. Choppy, sloppy. Kind of bullish action. Trying to make a breakout. If it breaks out above the 80, 86.99 and continues going, you maybe go to 90. Yeah, this thing, gosh. Oh, you have a big gap fill here too. This is what you're probably looking at right here. Damn, 88.63, and then maybe up in this area, the 96.20. With the Fibonacci level. But you're going to have a big resistance around the 89.90. But you're coming off of a little bullish base. Let's see if they can continue up. Let's look at the volume. Volume's okay, a little bit light. I'd like to see some volume like this, like a big candle, and just have it push it up. But what do you expect with wow, 27 million on the SPYs guy? They report this week. So I guess if it pops up, maybe hits 95 or 100 in that area, you could probably short it. But a lot of these, I think they're just going to freaking tank. But what I think and what they do, again, it's a 50-50 shot. It's like going to the casino, playing blackjack, and playing by the book. And at the end of the day, it's kind of 50-50 on how the cards fall. It's kind of like earnings. Well, look at Goldman Sachs. They knocked it. I mean, they're only down $1.49 now, but they knocked it out of the park, I guess. Everything beat everything, and then they're down. It's everyone thought, oh, they're get in, they got good earnings, get in, and then all of a sudden it goes down. Everyone's like, what's going on here? But again, the smart money that took it from 140 to 240, they're taking their profit. They're done. They're not sitting around for this thing. And when it goes back to 180, they'll buy it again. Just rinse and repeat, guys. I got here late, but semiconductors. Did you talk? No, I did not. I put some symbols up there. I'll look at them. I mean, I got, I don't know which ones was it SMH, I think. Is that one of them? SMH? Put in the symbols, Jack. Follow crude pretty close, much closer than, okay, okay. Yeah, so yeah, if you want, yeah, I'm short the USO and I'm long the SCO, because that's a 3 times ETF, and I love that one. That one I've been trading a while, and last time we took it, I might have taken 10 bucks and 15 bucks, but the thing moved like 30 bucks or something like that. So yeah, it needs to close above this high, and then maybe we get higher prices. But with earnings coming up, they report, it's a 50-50 shot with this one. But right now, just looking at the charts, we're above the MAs. It could go higher. But remember, you have the gap fill. Basically what they're going to have to do is on earnings, they'll have to gap it up over this and get it over the Fibonacci level here, and then maybe shoot for the in the 90s, somewhere up in there. So something like that. SMH, are those the semiconductors? Intel. You want me to do that one? Okay. Intel's just a pig. This was always a freaking $20 stock, and now it's 36. I just think with all the POMO and all the crap that the Fed's doing, it shouldn't be. I mean, look at that. Jeez. Dun, 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 dun. That's the Eiffel Tower, guys. Again, look at, okay, well, remember NVIDIA? See how far it got stretched? But it's Intel. They're the best company in the world. This should be at least 100. This must have been the stock of the year back in 2000. And then look, right to the 20. You know what? That almost, gosh, let me open this up a little more. That's what NVIDIA is going to look like, guys. Just like that. It's Intel, guys. Intel. They're the best. And when I was up here, they were probably upgrading it 5 times, stock of the year. Yeah, that almost just looked, okay, let's pull this one. I'll go back to this one. Hold on. All right, now let's look at NVIDIA. Oh my gosh, it looks the same. Jeez. This is what I tell people. Look at NVIDIA. All the hype gets so far from the 20 MA, comes right back in. All the hype comes right back in. And then, man, they really did a number on this one. I'm telling you, this thing's coming. This thing's going to be a $50 stock eventually. It's going to take a little time. This is a monthly chart. But if you go back to Intel, though, all we need is a good pullback in the markets, and it's going to be nighty-night. Just like this one. We got the pullback in 2000. Or straight up and straight down. But it's Intel, and then it stayed. Now here we are at the highs again. But Intel, yeah, I mean, for this thing to move up, it's going to have to break through 38. If it breaks through 38, you're probably looking at 40, 41, but this thing's going to be a $20 stock again, just like the rest of them. You know, you got huge resistance up here. Let's just pull those. X is still heading up. Okay. 30 around 35 now. Yeah, I mean, actually, that would have been a good momentum play. We could have probably played it when it was, you know, down below the 200 moving average or it was basing. But, you know, it's all on news. Markets start dumping. Next thing you know, it's falling, and you're like, oh, what the hell's going on? It's a good move up though, X, definitely. MU, yeah, MU too. But yeah, you got the overhead resistance. I mean, next area, I mean, maybe if it has good earnings, this little pivot here. This is the monthly though, 47 bucks. Let's go to the weekly just to see if there's anything else. Yeah, you got the double top. But you had a nice, you know, little fake out, little bit bearish pattern, and they popped it above. You know, everyone's getting in. It's gonna have. They probably report this week or in the next couple of weeks. Just want to see on the weekly here. Yeah, you have some real good resistance up in here too. You know, and if you're really, you know, this is a big fib going back, you know, 52 years ago. Let's punch it up there. You know, this, and look, you're in the 382, and that's what's holding it down, as well as these pivots. So until it gets above there and breaks this and breaks 40, then maybe higher. But if it can't get through 40, 41, then I'd expect it just to turn and possibly go lower. But in a bullish stance or above the MAs, nothing wrong with it. You know, it's Intel. It's not, you know, I mean, look at this grind down, you know, and then the pop up. So, you know, if it grinds down again, maybe, you know, if it gets down to here, maybe buy again. You know, but we'll keep an eye. Like I said, guys, we will be going long eventually, just not right now. All right, hold on. Let's go back to X. So X. I hate this because we're going into the Janet Yellen crap at 2. So yeah, you're still looking at gap fill right up in here, 35 bucks. So really nothing to do at this point. Let it go. No, it's not Yellen, guys. She called me earlier. So yeah, gosh, you know, this thing just keeps going. Look at it. We better hurry up and chase it. The funny thing is, everyone, they all chase it, and then it comes right back down. They chase it, comes right back down. They chase it, comes right back down. I'm hoping right in here, guys. 37 bucks, 38 bucks. And then, well, earnings too. That's going to tell a lot of story. The earnings are going to come out. They'll probably be shitty, and the thing's going to tank. So hopefully, maybe it does get back up in here. I'll start adding maybe a 2.5% position, just a little tiny bit. And then if it goes up, I'll start adding more. CW. All right, hold on. Do I have that one up still? CW, what is it? EI. Still going? Yeah, look at that. We talked about this one earlier. Daily chart. Yeah, I still like it up here a little bit more. I mean, this could be the end of the road, guys, but I still like that. If you want to short it, like I said, just don't go nuts. Go small position in it because it did have earnings or news or whatever, and it's, you know, it could chop around and go higher. It's, you know, if you're going to do 200 shares, maybe go 50, 50, then do 100 up here around the 160. Just go slow and steady in these markets, guys. We're going to know more with Yellen, but actually, we're not going to know more in Yellen. If she does speak today, which, you know, normally 2 o'clock, she's going to come out and she's going to say, we're waiting on data and blah, 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 and the same crap. So, you know, then everyone else is going to come out and say how great everything is. And you got to buy at the tops. This is the time. This is the time to buy at the tops. It drives me nuts, guys. Oh, my gosh. So, yeah, try that. Let's see. Let's look at the 10-minute, though. Look at the 10-minute. Yeah, a little bit. It's just curling up. You know, and this is what happens. Look at even the volume. So this one has no volume trading on a normal basis. I mean, there's almost like no shares trading here. And then today, whatever happened, or yesterday, they whatever. Now it's just kind of chopping around. But yeah, you know, it did hit this double top up here, this 147 area. But look, it hit the even number of 147. We're at 147.18, and look at that pulled back. So that little tail right there. You could play it, you know, you could play it like that. If it gets above it, you stop out. Something like that. Or, you know, if you want to swing it, if it gets above 150, 151, you just stop out. Say, thank you very much. I gave it a shot. I'll see you again next time. Soros coming in. MLM, that was another one. This thing's just been a piece of crap. Been married to this one too, and it just keeps going up, down, up, down. And it's just, it's unbelievable. It's like, what in the world is going on with these stocks? I mean, it goes has good earnings or whatever, and then it just sits. Dun, 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 dun. And then here's your line in the sand on this one, and it's amazing how trend lines, here's your trend line. This is what it cannot crack. If it cracks this one, it's going to be in trouble. And look, right back up above it. Why not? And this is a great bearish pattern too. And pop goes the weasel. But with 27 million on the SPY, guys, this is the crap they can do. If the SPY had 300 million and things tanking, you're not going to be able to manipulate crap like this. And this is another one, 400 shares on the day or 400,000. It's freaking terrible. So, all right, anything else you guys want me to look at? I have a client coming in here in about 15 minutes, so punch some stuff up. We'll go through stuff really quick. X, if you really wanted to do anything with X, maybe around 35.20 or so, but it has to go straight up into it. If you're short the SPY, I think I'm going to cover right before Grandma speaks just to get the hell out. I'll take my 50 cents or whatever it is, 54 cents. I'm hoping for an even number. We are pulling back a little bit more. I don't think she's going to raise rates. That would be flipping nuts, but I guess you can't rule it out. I don't know. She is speaking though, guys, right? Usually this is the week she does, but I had some people posted earlier to, said she was. So, but really, what's she really going to say at the end of the day? So, anything else, guys? CLVS. CLVS. I got room. If you want me to look at a symbol, just punch them up. I got, a couple more, and that will be it for today, guys. Yeah, this isn't bad either. It's a good, let's see. I don't have anything on this chart, so shoot. Well, if you're long, from down in here, double bottom, that's spectacular. I wish I was long from down in there. You pass the 382, you're past the 50 even number. It isn't bad. For me, the long would have been double bottom down in here. And when riding this thing, I mean, I wouldn't rode it. I would have rode it up for a couple of weeks and I would be done with it. But weekly chart, you are back above the 200 MA. If you are long in this one, you need to stay above the 200 MA on a weekly basis. If it starts coming back in, then I would, be a little bit careful with this one. This low pivot here, right here, is going to be some resistance too, as long as this 580 or a 50 retrace at 64.34. If this thing starts to go, I don't know what it is, if it's a news-driven stock or not. We have a million traded on the day. You have the 618, and you have the 750 in here as well. Yeah, 2 o'clock. Okay, yeah. Grandma's speaking at 2, guys. So be aware of that. KSS go long. All right, hold on. So right now, it's not in a bad position. It's not stretched at all. Daily chart, a little bit stretched, getting a little bit away from the 220 MA, and you'd expect probably lower prices to come. Let me just see what's going on here. Just to see, is there a gap fill or anything? It's got to be a reason. You have a lot of consolidation right here, so that's some of the reason why it's stopping right in this area. Jeez. Yeah, even right here, you're going to have big resistance right around 61. So for me, if you're long, start tightening it up. If you want to go short, I'd probably wait for the 65 area up in this, and maybe on earnings if it pops up, and then possibly. But right now, it's at a hell of a bounce from the $10 area. It's been running for, since July. For me, if I was long, even from down in here after the retrace and then the bounce up, just be careful with this one. Look at for the daily basis. Look for on the daily for it to come back in or possible consolidation for the next move up. 20 MA moves into price with a nice consolidation, then you could probably, figure out higher prices. But if it starts coming in, you get below the 20 MA, below this green line, then expect lower prices to come. But it had a hell of a run. I mean, look at this. From November, it was a $25 stock. It moved over 100%. So you'd expect some back of a, type of a pullback. Check earnings on that one, Scott, and then go from there. Yeah, because you don't want to be caught in earnings. If you want to go short on this one, just do a small size. If it pops up, just add more and get your cost average down. KSS, we shorted that one. We covered, so we're done with this one. But let's see here. Yeah, I would wait for gap fill. Um, you gotta take trades with the market. If the markets no longer are going up and they start going down, they're just gonna go lower. For me with coals, I would wait. I'd wait for about 34 bucks down in this area. And even then, you got to expect if the spy's dumping out, you can't take 34. You're going to have to go lower. Right now, right now we were short, and actually, no, did we cover that? You know what? I'm not in the trade. Let me look. I thought I had. I don't have. It's on my Twitter site. Damn it! If you look on my Twitter site, it's on there. I I know we sold. I think we took some. Oh no, here we go. Third line 36. I think we're done with the trade. Yeah, we sold. We sold on 1,417 at 44 bucks. So we sold yeah, right. Yeah, basically right here. Was it 1 4? No, 1 4. Yeah, so on earnings, that's yeah, we dumped it here. So that was it. So we're out. Go long, I would wait at least for this pivot at 35 or this one here at 33.98. Then maybe take a stab, but you got to keep an eye on the markets. If the markets are dumping, then you don't want to be long anything. Period. Yeah, we shorted this one too. We shorted, we got upside down, we added a little bit more and got our position a little bit better. And when it came in and paid us, I just give me the hell out of this position. I'm done. I was in it too long. Let's see here. ACAD. This will be the last one, guys. ACAD. Yeah, I got to get rolling. I got to get ready. Client's coming over. We got a job we're going through, and it's a nice job. I love doing different stuff here. Yeah, you're right in the middle. There's really nothing to do on this. It already ran. Let's just put a fib in here just to see. This is more short term. So yeah, so you're in the 5-0 retrace. Went right in there. That's where it stopped. Pulled back. You're holding on to the MA, so it's not in a bad position. You got the trend line down here, so just in case if it comes back in. Let's see here. Yeah, you're holding on to the 20 or the 200. You're above the MA. It's not bad, but yeah, I can't. This would have been your spot to go long. You're chasing a little bit up here. You come up into these pivots, you probably want to go short, but really no. It's really not telling us too much. I just want to see something here. Yeah, look at that too. That's not bad either. Yeah, that could be the end of the road for this one, but it's really not showing me anything. Other than you're in a slightly strong stance. You're above the MAs. It's not terrible. Let's look at the weekly just to see. Oracle's in trouble for underpaying HP. Visa Works, the federal government. Other tech court could get in trouble too. Oh yeah, everyone's gonna be in trouble, guys. The whole market's gonna be in trouble soon, Jack. I read an interesting comment with the other day. Paraphrasing here, we never seen the kind of euphoria in 1999 because so many are skeptical of the market. Yeah, you will. I mean, that's why they'd like to keep it up and keep it up. Yeah, markets aren't too euphoric, but when you got people on CNBC saying, "Oh yeah, buy up here," it's you got another 30% to go. It's like what? It's like how can you tell? But these are guys that really have no money in the markets, like Siegel. I mean, other than Goldman Sachs paying them to do speeches and tell everybody how good everything is. Because these money managers, they don't want people to pull money out of the markets, guys. They want to stay in as long as possible. That's how they make money. When they have money under management, they get their 2%. They're making tons. They get 5 billion under management. They make their 2%. They don't care where these markets are going. It's kind of like Ackman. Finally Chipotle came back, but I mean, it's back to, well, now it's 405. It went to 400 today. God, that would have been a good one. Chipotle a little bit lower, but yeah, these guys want just hold. It's a buy and hold. That's what everyone's supposed to do. You look at the SPY chart I showed you guys earlier. It's not good. But to go back to this one, yeah, there's really nothing to do. It's not in a bad stance. I'd wait for pattern, see if it moves up. If it moves up, it's going a little higher. But you're into some pretty good resistance right here on the ACAD. If you're going long, what are you expecting? Technical? I know first we need to know the big pictures. Yeah, no, I'm going long. This is where I'll be going long, guys. Because you want to be with the markets. If the markets get a huge rally, everything will get a rally with it. If the markets get a huge dump out, everything's dumping out with it. It's pretty simple. So, as you know, and that's why, I showed you guys the monthly SPY earlier. You know, this is the .com, this is the housing crash, and this is the QE 1, 2, 3, buying bonds, monetizing our debt around the world. The the IMF or the ECB, they're doing all their crap all over, and then this is what happens. It goes straight up, straight up, straight up, and then people are telling people to buy up here. Are you nuts? Well, it's like in here when Bernanke was up on Capitol Hill telling everybody, "Oh, the housing's good." Look up, guys. Punch up Ben Bernanke, 2007 and 8 housing crisis, and watch him on YouTube lying his ass off, telling everybody that I got the housing crisis is under control. We have one sector we're looking at, but housing, and he looks right at the guy. Housing prices are not going down from here. So look it up. It's all on YouTube. And what do you think these guys are telling us now? Oh my gosh, it's time to buy the markets. It's great. We're just going to keep going higher. Janet Yellen's doing this, and she's not waiting on data anymore. It's the same crap. They work in cycles. This was 10 years because right here, Alan Greenspan kept, when we dove right here, Alan Greenspan kept the rates low, and that's why we went up. Oh, you got to keep this thing going. It's the 2000. We want to hit the 2000 mark. It's was it the Y2K virus? So we can't get everybody scared, and then crash. This one took a little bit longer. This one was a lot healthier. This one up here, I don't know what the catalyst will be. If anybody has any ideas, maybe it's the subprime cars. Maybe they are doing bad lending in the houses again. But I think it's just the money printing, the monetizing the debt, and just floating this thing. I mean, when we had POMO all these years, every day at 10:15, there'd be an injection of $1 billion in POMO, and these guys get leverage. So if they're putting $1 billion in there, they get 25-to-1 leverage. It's $25 billion. So everybody says, oh, it's $1 trillion in here. Add the leverage to it. It's like 25 trillion in leverage to get the markets up to the top. And then the other killer part is no one's investing into the economy. Why do you think people are doing stock buybacks? If you're Apple, you're buying your own stock back because the Fed's just going to keep this thing going. Why would you invest into the economy when you could buy your own stock and get 30% out of it? The problem is, though, if this thing whole crashes, all these people that bought their stocks back and took all their capital on hand, and I'm doing another $14 billion buyback. Do you think that's going to be good if this market does come down to maybe double top down in here? You think that's going to be good for all these companies that did stock buybacks? We're going to take our taxpayer dollars and we're going to be bailing out companies like Apple, the ones with the most employees. Oh, we can't let Apple go down. They got 30,000 employees. It's going to be interesting, guys. Not that I'm a conspiracy theorist, but I look at the charts, guys, and this is just unsustainable to me. And we're going up on no volume again. It's just a matter of time, guys. So yeah, CNBC horrible. You got it. Also, money managers need suckers to unload. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's why they upgrade stuff. Why do you think they upgrade Nvidia? While they were upgrading, everyone was euphoric. The three huge hedge funds and money banks are dumping. They get that big $40 million day and like, oh man, look at the volume. Yeah, you got retail buyers out there, but they're selling into the buying. They're like, thank you, oh thank you. They're like stealth sellers. They don't want to sell when when there's no volume. Nvidia will get killed. They want to sell on an upgrade. And I'll tell you a story before I get off the mic here. A guy I used to know, he was meeting with a hedge fund, and it's too late. This is years ago, and it was an Apple actually, and Apple split in this crap and this crap. But let's see if I can pull something up though. No, it goes back years ago. but he was showing this guy that gosh, I wish I can have. Yeah, I can't show it. Yeah, I had it on here at one point. It goes way back. But anyways, so Apple was going up, 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 and then all of a sudden you get a big candle like this, okay? And then it goes up, 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 and then a big red candle, up, 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 big red candle. So my buddy's talking to this guy, and he's like, "Hey, check this out. See this big red candle? I was unloading that day." And then he goes back. He's like, "Hey, see this big red candle here? I was unloading that day too. And it was all like green candles, green candles, green candles, and then a big red candle. Green candle, big red candle. And all the days it was a big red candle, it was a hedge fund unloading into like maybe an upgrade or whatever they were doing. And then, of course they upgraded and it goes down. They're like, what's going on here? Why is this thing going down? And that guy's like, yeah, that's me unloading, his 5 million shares of Apple or 10 million shares of Apple. Pretty crazy stories, guys. When you know some people in the industry, and these people can actually move stocks because they have billions and billions and leveraged money to do stuff with, and that's what happens. Why do you think they upgrade Goldman Sachs at the highs or Nvidia at the highs? These guys need to get out. They can't sell their 40 million shares of Nvidia when there's only 20 million shares traded on the day. They need an upgrade. That's how they work the shit, guys. All right, that's going to be it for me today. If you're in the SPY trade, it's up to you. It's still in the money a little bit, nothing crazy. If you want to ride it through Janet Yellen, that's really up to you. I'll probably wait until right up to the end. Like I said, I don't have a huge position, so I might ride it out. If it goes to double bottom, the 226 area, I would definitely take it off or take half off and maybe ride it because we might be in for a real good ride. But with the 28 million shares traded, I think it's just going to be a non-event. She's going to come out, probably say nothing, maybe be a little bit dovish, and then more lip service, basically. So at the end of the day, for me at least, I think it's a lot about Trump and the uncertainty in the markets, and markets don't like it when they don't really know what's going on, because he could come in and let Janet Yellen go, bring in one of his guys, and then take it from there. So, all right, guys, I'm done for the day. I'll probably make videos tonight or what have you. But hey, again, I appreciate you guys coming in, subscribing to my YouTube channel. But go to my StockBookie.com site, sign up for the free membership. And what I've been doing, I've been collecting the emails. And like when today I did the live, I shot out an email with the live session. I'm going to do some more of these at night too, figure out what good time for people. Because again, everyone else looks at different stocks. And if we could come up with different trades, like the CWEI, I like that trade. And there's a couple other ones too that we were looking at. All right, guys. Hey, thanks a lot. Hey, no problem, everybody. Thank you for coming. And you have a great day. And you know what? We'll see you on the charts.